Yeah, just like that. You guys know how we start this whole thing off. Roll call.
Kaya.
Ryan.
Nike.
Kyle.
And Steven! Welcome back, everybody, to our Elemental Evils campaign, episode 2. The title will be announced once we decide where we're going, because it's going to be one of those adventures, for our yet-to-be-named group of our Mole Master campaign, Season 2. So, welcome back, everybody. As a heads up to our audience, our player, Kaya, right now, is currently going through the COVID and the quarantine, so we're giving her major props for still playing today. And we're going to be understanding and be good audience members. Isn't that right, chat?
Thank you, chat.
Your
Thank
silence
you,
is
DM.
appreciated, chat. So,
Extremely respectful right now.
oh my gosh, you guys are such good audience members. We can take you guys to the theater.
Theater.
So, on our last adventures with our Mole Master campaign, we are introduced to Mr. Savage's 10-day party, where all walks of life from Mole Master are congregating to celebrate wealth for the sake of wealth, as Mr. Savage makes a play to increase her own status, hiring all sorts of individuals to come work during this non-stop 10-day event. We are introduced to our characters of Freddy, Rornak, Jove, and Jasper, as they each showcased some of their abilities during the party, working as enforcements, as guards, as entertainers, and other just kind of points of interest, keeping the party lively. All sorts of fun little adventures happened. Jove got to meet the tip of a noble's foot after trying to step in and calm down a situation between a noble and their wayward son. Our monk Rornak set up a feat of Iron Belly, I guess is what we'd call it, trying to see what would break first, cast iron or Rornak, which was going really well until a Popeye armed seamstress by the name of Binnancy it hit Rornak very hard and with a critical fail threw up all over the audience. Freddy put on the tunes, and Jasper made friends with a set of sisters, Dulhara and who is it? Ah, yes, here they are. Dulhara and Myrene, who are also working at the festivities. Before watching this Binnancy seamstress beat the absolute living shit out of another one of the helping hands there. This young kind of kid, Lark, as we would find out later, was carried away by the city guard. Not long afterwards, a member of the Cloaks, Nevlon Dijuan, appeared and, conferring with one of the newest members of the Cloak, Freddy, assembled our adventurers to go and track down this wayward brother and bring him back to at least to where he could be found after getting the absolute snot beat out of him. After some investigating, a very good intimidation check, and overall good sleuthing, the party uncovered a plot from Binnancy and her brothers as a revenge against Nevlon Dijuan for the connection to Binnancy's younger sister's death, having been found out to possess the gift of magic. Binnancy's younger sister, Maud, we didn't get a chance to speak about, was cast away from the city and was killed by bandits that surround the city, kind of waiting just for such unlucky souls. The Binnancy and her brothers made a pact with Talos to bring vengeance onto the Dejuan household by taking one of their youngest, in this case, Larch. The party made their way across Mole Master over to the Storm Gate, kind of part of the big walls that kind of border between the harbor and the Moon Sea in general. There they saw atop the 20-foot tall wall surrounding Mole Master a maelstrom unnaturally forming at the top of this. The party made their way into the tower, discovering some city guard members who had been knocked unconscious, making their way up in more of a farce than they might have enjoyed, as a glyph of, for our purposes, a glyph of warding was etched into the top of the tower, sending wind down, knocking our characters down until they could, after a couple different attempts, blast through the hatch, going to the top of the tower. There they saw Vinancy's brothers surrounding a acolyte of Talos, who was in the midst of some sort of ritual to exact vengeance on Lark. A fight broke out, and a hell of a fight it was, with lots of back and forth and some big highlight moves from a sleep spell from Freddy, a natural 20 from Jove on the acolytes, and then finally having Jasper go down, almost breaking her mask from one of these kind of constructs of winds that was summoned by this acolyte during their death. Nonetheless, the party was able to prevail, with Rory glimpsing the face of Jasper and, with a successful medicine check, stopping Jasper from bleeding out on top of this gate. The real city guard was brought in, and the incident was resolved, with the party receiving payment from Nevlon Dejuan, Jove picking up a silver pendant worth 50 gold pieces, and making the acquaintance of a paladin of Tyr, who is currently the knight that Lark was squiring for, who offered an invitation for any of our adventurers to join the Order of the Gauntlets if they sought to seek out evil and remove it from the city, if that was such your fancy. We returned back 2 days after our first kind of event. We're on day number 3 of Mr. Savage's 10-day party. We find our characters finishing up their lunch break. You're currently in the Vaj Estates. They've got a full working kitchen. I hope you guys have been to an Italian restaurant, much like Buca di Beppo, where they've got the little tables that are kind of cut into the kind of these little like alcoves all through the kitchen, where you and various other workers will pop in for different meals. How about let's go around? Right now, the party is in full swing, the kitchen never stopping. What are the kind of foods that you guys would be drawn to? Give me a little bit flavor of what your flavor palette is.
Hearty things like meat and like potato and such.
Real meat and potatoes type of person. Jove?
Joe would be looking for kind of rich foods, things like kind of Southern home style cooking if they got stuff like that. Any sort of fried up greens. Any I know we're looking more Italian style restaurant. I don't know if that's in cuisine or just
More
how
like in
it's laid out.
aesthetics.
Aesthetics more than anything.
Mhm.
But yeah, so he's looking more for kind of that. He wants to eat a lot of really rich, good food. So he seems to be kind of a bit of a trash can.
Yes, there's
Rory,
No, go for it, Rory.
of course, on Rory's end, I feel like he honestly wouldn't really be picking out or eating a whole lot. What he might be doing, though, is he might be looking around just to see if there's anything that might actually be kind of on the sweet side. A little bit of kind of a cheat when no one's looking, for him to just kind of take for himself or even pocket.
And Freddie?
So I'm looking for some kind of like shrimp cocktail or shrimp scampi with some spaghetti.
It is more than easy enough to find something that fits all of your guys' tastes. As just servant after servant comes around, you can see Delora and or come by, and as they're going out to refill drinks and bring out other appetizers, they stop by and kind of let you guys take a pick of whatever's going by. You find all sorts of, it's almost like tapas, like lots of little plates of stuff. Job, you just grab as soon as they walk by. Just if it's there and it looks expensive, Job is grabbing it. Easy enough as you guys all kind of pick and paw at different things. There's tons of pastries for you, Rory, that you can kind of pick out, like some scones with various different fillings. The I mean, it's a whole spread, and it just does not stop. As you guys are enjoying your meal, the familiar visage of Saul comes up to kind of your shared space. However, Saul looks quite different than he did 2 days ago. All of his facial hair, his kind of halfling sideburns have all been shaved off. It looks like he's dropped 20 years from all the facial hair coming off. His hair is slicked back. He's wearing more formal kind of footman clothing with really noticeable and kind of highlights of red all throughout the uniform. He says, I was trying to find you all. I didn't know if you'd be having lunch here. How you doing?
So we're not doing the best, but we're doing pretty all right.
All right. I hope you guys are ready for the second half of the day, because I got assignments for all four of you. You know, you guys have been pretty impressive after the whole thing with the Binnensee, and you know, we've heard stories about big bloody hawks in the air that you guys fighting. Some sort of, I don't know. Heard that there somebody was casting magic, like outside the cloaks. Is that true?
I I don't know if I should be talking about that, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, come on. You can tell Saul. I'm good for it.
Let's just say I shouldn't be talking about it.
All right. The cloaks with the all cloak wizardry business. All right, I'll leave you alone. But anyways,
No, what I'm saying is I can't talk about it because he was using magic outside the cloaks. God, you got a thick skull, huh?
you got fucking jokes, kid. You got fucking jokes. Well, hopefully you can keep that tongue under wraps today, cause you got some real special job, and it's gonna take all your niceness. You've been specially requested by Mistress Vaj, kid.
Nice.
Yeah, she's expecting some hoity-toity Thayan emissary. You know the type, big red cloaks, probably got the shaved head with all the fucking tattoos on it. Yeah, some friend of hers is coming in, and you're supposed to lead her away, give her a show. You'll make sure that she, gets the proper respects, as Lady Vaj would say.
So they want me to play actual music.
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting at the gate until you see, one of them. What do they call them? I think they don't like to be called Thayans. They like to be called Thavians. Whatever the fuck that means. Which is well, look nice, be nice, flex a little bit. You're part of the cloak, so it makes a good appearance on the lady and everything to have you out front.
Makes sense. Am I supposed to go now?
Yeah, well, finish up eating. You don't want to miss it.
Alright. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
You, my halfling brother over there, and, you with the mask. Javert or whatever.
Jasper.
Yeah. That's it. You two, you're going to be joining Freddy over there, at least at the front. Keeping riffraff out. Trying not to get kicked in the chest by any nobles today.
Very funny. Very funny.
Yeah, I got jokes too. And then you, my not half-orc friend over there, you got a special request today.
Oh? And from who?
Some real short human, almost kind of looks like a dwarf. Apparently, he had a real good time belting you in the stomach yesterday and brought his own party favors. So you're back on the stage today there.
I imagine he brought more things to hit me with. Could be fun.
Yeah,
Good thing you went right on lunch there, Warnock, eh?
Well, I would I would plan not to repeat how that went last time anyways, but there is fair.
All right, you all finish eating up, get to your posts, and be seeing you around. You keep this up, you're making some news around these parts.
Real quick, Dom,
Yes.
would Jove recognize the city that these folks are coming from? I know they're not Thracians, but something along those. What was that?
Thayans.
Thayans.
Yes. Go ahead. You can roll me history.
History. That is going to be just a 12.
A 12. You know that the land of Thay is to the east of here. It's a magicocracy, so it's a place ruled by wizards, basically. They've got a pretty dark reputation. They're not ones to shy away from necromancy and other feats of magic. You don't have a personal lot of experience, but everyone knows that fucked up shit happens in Thay.
And I'm sure Jove has probably heard the worst stories about him if they've got, whatever he heard around the campfire along his travels is probably all he knows of them.
Yeah, the Red Wizards are what they're kind of the layman term from them.
Gotcha.
You know like the gist. Like, they always come in, they've got the big red robes. Most of the, noticeable or the notable Red Wizards usually have shaved heads and tattoos. They stick out, especially with their tanned skin in Mulemaster.
Somewhere in Mulemaster, there is another party that is certainly familiar with the Red Wizards of Thay.
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere.
But yeah, that's kind of your what you know of the Red Wizards, at least on the surface.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. So, as you all kind of finish up eating, is there any kind of RP you guys would like to do before we break into it?
Yeah, Jove will look over at Freddy and say, "Well, there, Fred. I know these folks, right? These are the Red Wizards, right? So, the only things I've heard about them is that they're pretty spooky fellas with shaved heads and all that good stuff. Anything that we should be, I don't know, looking out for? I'm just assuming that as a magical fellow like yourself, that
Right, you're assuming that as a magic person, I know every magic person because we're all related.
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure you've said some disparaging things about my height, so
I got a 13 in history.
That means literally nothing to me. So. Well, then, so what you're telling me is just to keep my eyes peeled.
I'm telling the DM that I got a 13 in history.
You know that for a fact that they do prefer to be called Thavians. But you know just about as much as Joe does. If anything, the 13, that they like Thavians and that there is a Thayan embassy in Mulemaster. There's not one in Flan.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know much other than the things that we know, which is that they like to be called Thavians and that you should probably keep an eye out for yourself.
And show them some respect, I guess. But I guess
you should be doing that to everybody, huh?
Well, I feel like I have been nothing but a gentleman here. But, if you want to cast aspersions on me,
the contrary. I'm just saying it shouldn't be a point of order to say, "Oh, I should show them respect."
I'm just saying that I haven't been shown the utmost respect here, but I don't know how cultured y'all are. So I got kicked in the chest 2 days ago. So I'm just making sure we're all on the same page is all. It's all good, Freddy.
But yeah, probably an extra note here or there of respect and a little curtsy here or there wouldn't hurt.
Are you gonna go clutching your pearls every time someone gives you a bit of lip, or is this are we gonna get over this?
Because boy, we're gonna have a hard time.
Well, I suppose I guess I better get used to it. But looks like being kind is a liability in this city. But
Just
I'll
don't
try
rile
not to
him
be
up
too much of a
much.
burden on y'all.
Try not to rile him up too much because I'm probably the one that's gonna get the other end of that, you know.
Oh yeah. I'll be sure to watch that if I can.
Appreciate it, pal. It'd be good. It's some great conversation to start our day.
Yeah, that's weird when you just comment on the instead of just letting the. Don't worry, we're both new in town. It's okay.
And with that, the silence falls, and you all kind of look at each other, nod, get up, and begin heading up out of the kitchen. We'll start with everybody. Roll me a d20.
Which one
At
is that
first-
again?
I was literally about to say, so that's the one with the 20 sides, right?
No. It only goes up to 10.
And for the first roll with the new Rory dice. Ayo.
Wait, so we're all officially using new dice?
I think so.
Wow, the whole
Wow.
party new dice.
Mhm.
All right, Kai, are you sure you're not using a Mikey dice right now?
You know, it might have gotten switched up somehow.
Is that where those dice went to?
Yeah, you know,
Knew it. Okay,
I'll
so
survive.
we'll go over with Joe, Freddy, and Jasper first. You guys head to kind of the front entrance way of the Vaj Estates, passing by the couple of stages that are set up, the kind of bricked in roads and walls, the wrought iron that holds in place all of like the trees growing kind of in the courtyard. That same just kind of heavy city no matter where you go, even on these nice properties. As you set up, you see different guests coming in and out from all walks of life. Lots of people in the buskiers, the kind of like wool aprons that a lot of the mole master rights wear, especially now that the weather's pretty damn cold. But you guys kind of set up post and keep your eye out. It's not too long until Jove, you catch eyes with an incredibly tall, young-looking kid. He's got the height of somebody well above 6 foot, but the face of somebody who's maybe 16. Go ahead and roll me insight.
That is a 15.
15. You recognize this as that kid from your first day on the job, that noble's son.
And is he approaching or just going across?
As you look and you see him, your guys' eyes meet, and he begins to make his way towards you.
Oh, okay. So he's going to approach me. Okay. Well, I'll kind of give him a nod, but I'm not going to just assume that he's going to come and talk to me. Just being a good guard.
Hello. Yes. Halfling person.
You can call me Jove. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Jove. I'm Sebastian. Sebastian Stowe. It's a pleasure. And he reaches a really long, kind of gangly arm down and kind of hunches forward to get it closer to you.
And yeah, I'll take his outstretched arm.
I wanted to apologize for my old man and the manner of foot that we got off to. Clearly, that is the wrong one.
Oh, well, don't bother too much. I was just, I was just doing my job, and evidently I was getting in the middle of something personal. So sorry if I caused you any trouble trying to help you out.
Nothing you could do would make that situation any worse. Father doesn't quite understand the throes of passion that I found myself in lately. I'm sure you noticed the beautiful woman that I was with. Yes?
Oh, well, I'm not quite sure if I saw her, but tell me about her, lover boy.
Well, she's, and he looks around. Well, she's a refugee from Flan. I'm sure you've heard what happened across the Moon Sea, and well, I've become quite enamored with her. She's so passionate, and she's been taking me to this get together of enlightened minds recently, and it's been, well, it's impossible to go to the dreary drudgery of Blade this and Zor that and the rest of Mulemaster when she's around. And I just
Well, tell me, Seb, what's her name? I was in Flan not too long ago. Maybe I know her.
her name is Ilva.
Ilva. It's a bad bitch's name, if you don't mind my language.
She is many things. I would never presume to call her that, but I.
Oh, sorry. I must have. It doesn't really translate from Halfling very well. Meant no offense.
Oh, how fascinating! I don't speak. It's a bad bitch. Interesting. I'll have to bring that up to her. If you see her, I'm sure you'll recognize her with the fiery red hair. It really makes her stick out. And anyways, once again, my apologies, Joe, for you having to take the brunt of that. It, quite frankly, had nothing to do with you. And my father's not a bad man. He's just, well, he's very much enamored with the city and thinks I should be too.
Well, Sebastian, I know what it's like to have a father who has a particular idea of how you should be living your life and leading your business, as it were. Now, I don't think it takes too much of a stretch of the imagination to think that if your father found you here again with that girl, that could mean not only bad news for you, but probably bad news for that Ilva girl as well. So, I don't want to tell you to shoo or nothing like that, but maybe if you need some help, me and Incognito, I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for love stories like this. So, a note or two you wanted me to pass to her, I'm willing to help, I guess.
Thank you, Joe. I don't have a note on me, and he's seated to kind of start to get flustered. She works over by the Leaning Boot. It's a bar over by the docks. Typically, it's where I meet her. If you see her before I do, I should be around there. It's sorry, I have no experience with this. I get so flustered.
Well, Sebastian, if I do see her before you, is there anything in particular you would like me to do? Is there, again, I don't want to be speaking out of turn, but maybe finding you a place for the two of y'all to meet, or at the very least, making sure she's safe. No, I'm throwing a lot at you here, boy, but let's just say I appreciate your gumption to come back here, and you didn't have to tell me. Sorry for nothing. So I like the cut of your jib. You just let me know what you need, and I can help you out.
Thank you, Joe. You're refreshingly forward in such endeavors. If you the best I think you could do for me to not put words into your mouth or mine is perhaps if my father does come a second time, be polite, but you haven't seen me. And he makes kind of like a hand, waving across the face and holds it together in this kind of weird,
I hate you.
showy kind of move.
Right. So haven't seen you. Okay. And then Jove is gonna kind of like look around. Is there anybody besides Jasper and Freddy that could have been spying on them here out in the courtyard?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That is going to be a 11.
Coast looks clear to you.
And he's gonna. Oh, this is a tall boy, right? So he's not gonna try and
Yes,
pat him on the
he's a tall
shoulder. So even for Jove's extraordinary height as a halfling. He's going to kind of give him a light sock, just hit him right in the meat of the arm and say, "Well, you're as good as invisible to me. How about that, Sebastian?"
And he smiles and says, "Yes, delightful. Until I will be off." And kind of gives you like a kind of a sock back, and it's just like the lightest, just like as soon as it hits, the wrist begins to bend. Just ping, return. As Sebastian begins to head down towards the docks, away from Mr. Svage's estate. As that conversation is coming to a close, Jasper, while this is going down, you see that currently Jove is having a conversation. You're keeping your eyes peeled, and roll me a perception check.
Okay. With a -1, that's a 2.
2? Yeah, you're
I
steely faced, and you begin to notice that there's an annoying bit of soot that's gathered in like the corner of your eye hole that you start scratching at, and then you kind of like peel part of it off. It makes like a crack little in the corner. You're holding it, you put it back in, it falls out. But so far, everything that's the biggest of your worries. After about the better part of an hour, your Jove, Freddy, and Jasper, as you're kind of holding the front of the estate, you see kind of a ripple go through the kind of crowds of passerbys as you see people kind of begin to move off to the left and right. And just kind of this audible kind of murmur begins to go through the crowd of, "Do you see that? Yeah, I see her. Fucking red robes. Yeah, it's one of them fucking wizards. Yeah, and it just keeps on going out, and it's only a few moments later before standing in front of you, there's a incredibly tall woman, 6'4" at the very least. Incredibly tanned skin, head shaved, completely hairless, not even eyebrows left on this figure, with dark, arcane tattoos that kind of swirl and almost seem to kind of like point out the features of this woman's face as it goes from like the lips up to the eyes, around kind of the crown of the skull, across the scalp, down into these kind of long red robes that have almost impossibly neat and pointed aspects to it, kind of like a diamond shape to the front of it, as it kind of cuts low and is so foreign to what everyone else in Mulmaster is wearing, as if the cold just doesn't seem to cut through this individual. And with a silent word, this red woman stands at the front of kind of the estate. She looks to the left. She looks to the right. Seemingly lost for the moment. Mikey, you are currently muted, if you were saying anything.
I didn't know you were talking to me.
Ah,
So she's here?
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna start strumming my chords, but kind of a light song to start.
You begin to kind of strum your chords, and she begins paying attention. Roll me a performance check.
Hiya. Ooh. There. Hell yeah. 13.
13. Yeah, it's kind of light. It's got a real solid kind of thump to it. Not your best performance. Certainly not your worst. Not as bad as that first day, that second one. After Rory took that pelting to the stomach,
Mm-hmm.
and she walks up to you and in a kind of a thick accent. I believe that I am expected.
Yeah. I don't know what all I'm supposed to be doing. I was just told to come out here and play my instrument, and to welcome you to Lady Vaj's place. Welcome, Strum.
Ah, you are the cloak I was told to meet, correct?
I am a cloak, so if you're told to meet one, it was probably this one.
Charming. I'm Thrundrazi. It is a pleasure to meet you, cloak.
The pleasure's all mine, Throne.
Would you
How do you spell?
perchance know
How do you
where
spell Throne?
Thrundrazi is spelt Thrundrazi.
So close.
Thrundrazi.
Alien person. Okay.
Thrundrazi looks at you with almost like golden colored eyes, which just have seen almost like a hint of like pale green that run through them. It's very off putting, considering, what features she does have. Just the eyes just contrast so sharply against it. There's
Mhm.
almost an unnatural light to it. She looks down at you. Young cloak, would you happen to know the way to the inside of the estates to Mistress Vaj?
Well,
I
of
don't
course I
feel.
would. Why don't you just follow me, and I will keep you company as we enter the establishment.
My thanks. As she begins to follow you as you continue strumming, you enter into kind of like the main foyer of the house, and you can see even the other servants and the guests begin to kind of give you that kind of wide berth as you lead this red woman into the estate. You do know, of course, where Mistress Vaj's kind of personal rooms are on the second floor, away from kind of the hustle and bustle of the party. You make your way through, and you get to notice all of the beautiful artwork that adorns all of the walls. Every single part of the house, there's wood flooring when you're so used to cobblestone everywhere. There's carpeting that follows entire hallways, and there's not a speck of dust anywhere. None of that, windsweptness that is in so many establishments throughout Mulmaster. Before you head to the very kind of back central portion of the estate, and there's a beautifully carved mahogany door that leads into Mistress Vaj's personal kind of quarters.
All right, this is where we are going to be having you go in. Would you like me to follow you in and introduce you?
That would be delightful, would you?
I sure would. So I will knock on the door.
You knock, and there's a heavy just of the wood, and it opens up, and there is Saul looking. The kind of casual, gruff demeanor is just completely wiped away, and there's the footman of the Fage Estates, and yes, Freddie, thank you so much for bringing our esteemed guest. Introductions? With a voice that is it's the customer service voice. It's almost
Mhm.
give me a wisdom saving throw as you're just like hit by this just juxtapositional contrast.
Wisdom saving throw. I have a -1 to that. Hell yeah. 12.
You snort pretty quickly. It's not a full blown chuckle, but it's pretty damn funny.
Well, everybody, this is Thundrazi. She is uh, our awaited Thavian guest, and she is welcome in our home.
Looking in, you can see um, a beautiful kind of set room. I mean, it's larger than it's larger than some people's whole houses that you've seen here at Mulemaster. This big open space with beautiful, rugs and tapestries everywhere. It almost has kind of like very much almost like an Agrabah kind of theme to it. With lots of just kind of throw around pillows and bright colors that really just stick out from kind of how Domo Master can be. And you see in the back a um, dark-skinned woman with huge curly hair that sticks out almost a foot in every direction, almost in this perfect halo. She stands and she has this long red dress with really elegant bits of white and black fur that kind of course through it. Roll me an insight check real quick, Freddie.
Insight. Type -1 to that. That's a 9.
A 9. Yeah, this is a stunning dress. As this woman kind of makes her approach, she sticks out a hand, and there's just incredibly fine rings that adorn every single one of the fingers, including the thumb. As she sticks it out, and Mistress Fudge, at your service. It's a pleasure to meet you, Thrindrazi. I'm so glad you could be here. And they begin to shake and lead further in, and as Thrindrazi and Mistress Fudge become acquainted, Saul looks to you and says, "All right, now get the fuck out of here."
I was about to ask. Okay, I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah, good job, kid. And as soon as you do, it goes as the door shuts behind you. As this is going on, you would go over to Rory. Rory, you head out to the same stage that you lost your lunch on 2 days prior. And there you see there is a large barrel set at the front of the stage. A short human, only maybe 5 feet at most. Thick and hairy. Very much could easily be mistaken for a dwarf. Leans on the barrel, and you can see a number of oddly colored and various rods that are on top of this barrel.
Brought a whole assortment of toys with you, did you?
Hey, it's the not orc over here. Hey, you were a hell of a show 2 days ago. I brought some more things. You're so right. You ready to do this again?
Well, that's why I'm out here. I guess I better start breathing.
All right.
You can about whenever you're ready. Yeah.
All right. Dude, I got this, and he holds up, and it's a long, almost tube of like glass. Yeah, I've got this. And he holds up another kind of rod, and it's almost like a stalactite made out of like rock. Could have looked like something that could have like washed up on the harbor. Which one do you want first?
Nat 20. Let's go with the glass. I'm feeling good about it.
Okay. And he begins to kind of lean out, and you can see there's a small crowd of people. And all right, everybody here. I'm Krumeg, the owner proprietor of the Ox Pit Tavern. I know you heard of me. I know some of you might remember this not half work over here. Last time you did this, you about threw up all over an entire crowd of people. But today I got big faith. This man's got an iron gut. So, we're going to start with this, made from a good friend of mine. And pulls up the kind of glass tube and sets up like a baseball swing, places it up against your stomach, pulls back, and there's a whistling noise as it Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Of course. And that is gonna be for an 18.
Yeah, the glass rod strikes you in the stomach, and you hold your core tight, and it explodes into tons of tiny shards of glass everywhere that kind of catch the light of kind of the afternoon light, and it's almost kind of that rainbow effect of like light going through crystal. It's almost like a rainbow explodes out from your stomach. There's lots of cheers and ooh, ah, and clapping that comes from the crowd. You can see as it kind of explodes, Krubek kind of crushes up the rest in a hand and throws it over the crowd. And you can see just kind of almost like a snowman out of glass, and it just has it kind of bends the light.
Rory will let out a big a big exhale, but through his nose to try and keep up the image, and kind of sort of crack his neck and just look over to the guy near the barrel, just be like, "Yeah, we're going good. We're going good."
Krubek then picks up. All right, so that was the easy one. Now let's see if he's really got this iron guts. It holds up, and as he places kind of this huge rod of rock, it's cold, and already there's just way more heft to this. Even as it's just kind of being placed up against your stomach, as he begins to go into his kind of batter swing. He looks to, all right, you ready for this?
Eyes closed and just flexes, waiting.
All right, Constitution saving throw.
Here we go. That's a 19.
A 19. Yeah, this rod of rock slams forward, and for a second you can feel it. Your core muscles are being bent inwards. It's getting closer and closer into your gut. You can feel all that food kind of being compressed, all the scones and kind of the sugars, but you're able to tighten up and hold on to it more. Press forward with your core, and there's a cracking noise, and as one side of this kind of rock rod goes flying off the stage, and Krumeg is standing there with 2/3 of the stalactite he once had.
He starts to chuckle to himself. Tell me you brought more, right?
Well, I got something a little different for this last one. Instead of standing up, would you lie on top of this barrel?
Alrighty then. As he goes, he said to lay on it.
Yeah, with on your back, stomach up.
Okay. Under his breath, just don't know what the plan is here, but
Krumeg leads in.
Don't usually get asked to bend over a barrel in front of a crowd, but here we are.
You brought all the toys.
It's that kind of campaign, guys. Krumeg goes over to the stage, and somebody hands up, and you see the kind of long wooden handle, almost like for an axe. But when he pulls up, there's not a sharp axe on the head, but instead a hefty kind of sledgehammer.
oh fuck.
And
This is how Rory dies.
Rory is
Crucified,
like
right?
glad his eyes are not on the crowd because he sees that and he's just like, ah, shit.
yeah,
Oh
I mean,
no.
it's pretty sizable. It's standing on the ground, you're like that sledgehammer is almost as big as Krumeg.
Rory immediately is putting his mind in another place. Like, you are in the snow. You are in the snow. You are far away from here. You are in the snow.
And Krumeg comes up and shows it off to the crowd. He's like, all right, I got one last big trick, all right? You guys about to see something you never seen before, all right? He starts making a show of it, and it's all right. He's not the greatest showman, but even now, Jove and Jasper, your attention is kind of being drawn to this as more and more people are starting to come around as this kind of short human is holding this sledgehammer right over Rory. And
What the fuck are they doing?
Tony, he's gonna puke again.
He's gonna do a lot more than puke.
Gonna die.
Jasper, how about a bet? Gold piece says he pukes.
Oh. You know what? Fine, I'll take that bet.
so, like Miguel and Tulio, you guys have your gold coin in hand as you watch as Krumag pulls back this kind of sledgehammer. And Rory, go ahead and roll me that Constitution saving throw.
No! No! It's the crit fail again.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Oh no.
Jasper hands over a gold.
Dead.
Who needs adventuring?
This sledgehammer slams down right into your stomach, and there is a fountain of throw that shoots up. Just and as you do, you feel the barrel underneath you almost like expand, and there's a loud from the bottom of it, and out from this barrel shoots just this liquid, just whoosh, and you suddenly see there's a number of people in the crowd that have big tankards in their hands as they begin to hold it up as this liquid begins to kind of shoot everywhere. So luckily, Rory, your head is faced up, so most of your vomit comes directly right back on top of you.
Great.
Luckily.
It's just all over your face.
Oh, faithful.
And as Rory, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck.
And you're like, wow, that sucked worse than Benency. Far worse.
Jasper calls out, "Stop eating before you do this!"
I told you, see? Give me scone.
I'm more concerned about who keeps hiring him as a strongman.
Rory would tell you to fuck off if you could really talk right now.
If Rory's vocal cords weren't currently covered in acid from your stomach. Krumag addresses the crowd. Well, congratulations, folks. You seen it once, you seen it twice. It was so nice. Enjoy from Oxpit Tavern. Full Sail, my newest ale. And you see, now there's tons of people laughing and clamoring. Mugs are being held out. This barrel is just blasting liquid forward. As you see both nobles and regular townsfolk kind of clamor and jostle each other. Choice words are had as people begin trying this. Crewman comes over to you, Rornick, and says, "You know, I didn't think it was going to happen twice, but honestly, that was better. That was way better." And hand you like a big rag. I brought this just in case, though.
Yeah, good planning. Wish it went better, but I guess they're happy, and that's what matters, right? Oh, fuck.
Hey, I'm just impressed that you just keep letting people punch you and hit you in the stomach so goddamn hard.
I would argue that you'd be hard pressed to find someone that gets punched better right now.
Actually, since you seem to be able to take a licking so much, and you've been such a good audience member, you got plans tonight?
Other than cleaning myself up? No. What's going on?
I've been looking for somebody, a little rougher, a little tougher, who could help me out over at the Oxpit Tavern. Actually, not just you. If you know some people, I've got some work lined up for people who aren't afraid to, maybe take a few hits.
Well, I certainly know people who've taken a few hits around here and kept walking. Probably Oh, they could maybe do this too, but I don't know if they'd want to, as in to act, but for a
No,
little
no,
bit
no,
of
no,
help.
no more of this act stuff. It's not anything like that.
Yeah. Well, if you've got some more details, I think I can maybe find some people who are interested.
Well, here I'll tell you what. You get some friends of yours, so some people may have been around the block a time or two. You come down to the Oxpit Tavern. It's just in kind of point you down the way. After you finish your shift here, you and some friends come over. I'm gonna try some of this Full Sail Ale, and I'll see if you can help me out with the problem I'm having.
All right, fair enough. I plan on seeing me in the evening then.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there. All right, don't forget Oxpit Tavern.
Oxpit Tavern. Gotcha. Appreciate the work.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you. This is gonna make for a great story. And raises his hand and grabs kind of his own mug from behind and drops in through the top of the barrel and gets a whole thing of it and looks to you and says, "Yeah, real quick, open up."
I guess I got a little bit of a stomach for it. He'll take a sip.
It's real earthy. You're especially from your time at the monastery, you're used to kind of like blueberry wines and everything. Ale tastes like rocks and dirt to you most of the time, and this really is no different.
All right. Well, it doesn't taste like the insides of a not orc, so that's a bonus.
I will take that as a compliment. See you later, pal.
See you then.
As Krumag begins to head off towards the party, Freddy, you return enough to see the geyser of vomit come up from Rornak a second time. It's like you walk down and you're like, "Hey, look, he's doing it again. He's doing it again."
What an idiot. At this point, I'm concerned about the people that are like paying him to do it. Like, he's not the best strongman. Like, at this point, he's not the strong guy. He's the, hey, come watch this guy puke guy. You're like David Blaine. You puke on command.
Freddy started roasting him as soon as he walked in the door, all the way up until he was in his face.
Am I right there? Is Rory actually right there right now? I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, I was like there, and I like turned to watch you puke, and then we'll say that I was saying those things to you as I was walking up to you to say hi.
Oh,
Oh
yeah, great.
He
I would-
definitely hears.
I would also really love to trade places with you someday, if you'd like. We can see. Maybe I'll play even better.
Hey, how about you try my loot right now? Here you go.
Oh, no, let's watch
No,
out.
give it a shot. No, come on.
Hey,
Mr.
yeah,
Tough Guy,
no,
Mr.
give it a
Big
shot.
Words.
Yeah, do it,
I'd
do
love
it. And
to
you
see
see
it.
tons of the crowd start, yeah, try it out. Let's see what they got.
Just don't puke on it. I gotta play it for myself later.
As long as you don't hit me with it. All right, let's go for it. We'll try performance here. That is 15.
A
Whoa.
15. Surprising everybody, including Rory. He puts out just like a nice little tune. It's simple, almost monastic, just kind of a progression of just like 2 or 3 chords, but it's actually not. It's actually pretty damn good. Simple, but good.
Actually, kind of like this. Freddy, you can maybe be a duo if you ever wanted, as he hands it back to you.
I'll consider it, but it's kind of my thing.
Well, if that's not your thing, I might actually have another job that is your thing.
Okay.
Well, I was approached for some work, actually, at the Oxpit Tavern. Not like, what I was doing earlier. You don't have to worry about
Vomiting. Yeah.
Yeah. Still might take some scratches though. I'm looking for some durable people, but well,
You know, I've heard
saw
the
you.
saying, "Work begets more work," and like you get jobs from taking jobs. But like we're getting pretty lucky. We're just getting opportunity after opportunity. We've only been here a few days. Not
Yeah, well,
complaining.
when you go through what we did and you make it out, I guess fortune favors you sometimes.
Yes, that's true. We did almost die.
Very much so. But yeah, I was thinking we should round up the gang when we got a chance and head over later.
Sure. You go ahead and get the short one and the not short one, and then I will sit here. That's
It's a
that's my
very
rule.
one-sided
I'm gonna
arrangement,
sit
but
here. I'm gonna sit here and look good, and not puke on everybody.
I think Jove would have been at this point if you guys were just hanging out by the stage and all of that. Jove would make his approach.
Oh, see, I've got Jove. You get the other one. I've got the shorty.
Jove would
that makes me walk. I see how it is. As he starts heading out.
Ooh, yeah, you're tender, Rory.
I guess as Jove passes by Rornak, he's going to flip the gold coin in his hand and catch it and says, "Thanks for dinner, Rornak."
And then Jasper walks up. Thanks for fucking nothing, Warner. And then stops and puts a hand on his shoulder. But actually, you're the one that fixed me up the other day, yeah?
Yeah, it was a little bit in the moment, but I couldn't let you die out there, so.
I appreciate that. Let me know if you need anything.
Likewise. Actually, funny you mentioned that. I was just talking with Freddy. Seems that we really do have some eyes on us. I actually got approached for a bit of a job for some types like us that can handle a bit of a tussle. Said to meet at the Oxpit Tavern later. As I told Freddy, the plan isn't for all of you to be puking like me, but I get some scrapes. We'll see.
Yeah, because I'm not doing that. The whole sledgehammer thing. That
Yeah.
was
You know, if it makes you feel better, I didn't even plan on that one either.
something about your face told me that as it was happening.
My face looks like take a sledgehammer to it. You're a good talker.
Yeah, but no, I'll go with you. That's no problem.
Yeah, if there's some corn
Appreciate
involved,
it.
I'll definitely be there too, Rornak.
Alrighty then. Well, if you guys got anything you need to do, I guess we can do it now. Otherwise, whenever y'all are ready.
No, my job's done. I guess I just kind of had to walk her to the door, and boy, was it scary as fuck having to do something important, and my only instruction is do it.
Yeah, I get the feeling they don't give you a whole lot of coaching here.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Well, I can go
it's
for a drink, you know. So whenever you're ready, y'all ready to go over to that Oxpit place. Yeah, I didn't get to taste any of that new ale, so I'd like to do that. Maybe grab some food and figure out if we can. You know what, Rornak? Maybe I'll buy you an ale with that gold that you line my pocket with.
Try and get some without the vomit in it.
Actually, while you do that, I'm gonna wet this rag and try to get it out of the hair. As I would actually like to take a short rest to get that 2 health back.
Yeah, that's fine. As Rory cleans themselves up, the rest of your guys' time at Mr. Savaj's estates is not nearly as eventful. There's no nobles kicking halflings or seamstresses beating the fuck out of stable hands. It is a cheery but uneventful day as kind of the early evening begins to approach. Your guys' shifts coming to an end as Rory, now with a short rest under the belts, uh, gathers you all and heads out of the Vaj Estates. For looking on our map, so I uploaded a new one that's based off the catalog. Mrs. Vages is kind of this red corner piece over here in the north east, kind of looks like a U. And the Oxpit Tavern is this red building by the harbor. There's two of them, one to kind of like the north part of the map, and one south. What is that? Northeast of it. The Oxpit Tavern's right here, just a short walk away from the harbor. It only takes 10 minutes or so for you guys to make your way over to the Oxpit Tavern. It's a fairly typical tavern. However,
Approaching. Can I ritual cast detect magic just so I can have an eye on what's going on?
yeah, absolutely. You're walking, you're casting. You see a couple people see you and begin to say something, but I assume you've got your cloak, kind of pendant, your sigil out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as they see that, they immediately go to mind their own goddamn business.
That's what I thought.
Upon approaching, the outside is nothing special. Typical Mulmastern kind of tavern. However, there are several patrons are standing around outside, kind of waiting to get in. There's just while Mulmaster is always kind of busy, this tavern seems to have a healthy bit of customers already there and waiting to kind of get in.
I'm guessing this is just kind of the rabble. We're not seeing too many fine nobles, kind of like we were at Mr. Savage's.
Not even close. Just a lot of kind of salt the earth Mulmasterites. Tons of buskers on. A handful of what looks like to be dock workers. You notice a merchant or two. What they lack in quality, they sure do make up in quantity.
Is there any pings of magic?
Sensing around, nothing that pulls your attention. No glyphs. Looking around, all the people there, giving them the magical ocular pat down. No pings.
Okay.
Seems clean.
Well, don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty thirsty, so I guess we could queue up and then figure out what we're gonna get on the inside.
Well, I'm gonna let Rory do all the talking. I'm just here to make some money, make my name.
Yeah, well, you heard it, Rory.
Okay.
Remember, use your word, not your stomach.
Yeah, I know not to aim for getting hit when talking here. Real quick, too, he's also gonna go up to Jasper real quick. I'm a little new. What do I actually not say here?
Avoid the normal stupid things. I think you'll be fine. If I'll be here to back you up, so you're good.
Alrighty. Well, no time like the present. Here we go.
You make your way into the Oxpit Tavern, and you are hit with the smells of spilt wine, ale, mead, drying herbs, and immediately the temperature difference. With this many people inside here, it is noticeably warmer than the outside. The wind doesn't cut through nearly as sharply inside the tavern. It's kind of a no frills place with a long bar that takes up so much of the space, ample seating, but in it, nearly in every single space, you see just kind of the crowds of Mole Master have uh, just invaded this spot. There's hardly any place to take a seat. Rory, give me a perception check.
And do. Passive 13.
Passive 13. You see at the end of the bar, a head taller than most of the people in there. You can see Krumeg is moving, you know, up and down the bar, filling drinks, barking out orders to different servers and such. And behind the bar, clearly taller than you know how tall Krumeg is in real life. But you see him at the end of the bar.
Gotcha. I'll go ahead and head over and approach Crew Meg then, if he's not already super occupied.
Krumeg sees you and his face lights up and, hey, there you are. Here he is. Hey, you. How many you got? How many you got, my non-orc friend?
Oh, including myself, I got a party of 4 here.
Party 4, party 5. Hey, clear that table back over there. And you see there's a couple of, younger looking dock workers, barely able to grow any facial hair. And they look, who, us? Yeah, get the fuck up. I got company here. Okay, Krumeg. We haven't finished our turn. I said get the fuck up. And they all kind of leap up, pound their tankards real quick, put them down, and boom, 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 make their way through. As the table kind of opens up for you and your party, Rornak.
I will lead the way over and take a seat.
It's not too long after you're all seated that Krumeg comes over. His head, now that he is away from the bar, he almost sneaks up on you all, being, a head shorter than most of the other people, even with individuals seated. As he comes around and he's got 5 tankards, kind of these big, meaty paws of his, and sets them on the table, and some of the ale kind of sloshes to the sides, gets on the table, and the other one is kind of collects the empties and says, "I'm glad you could make it here. Welcome to the Oxpit Tavern. What do you think of the place?"
Best part of human taverns, the size of the tankards.
Hey, good comment. I like you.
Seems to be really bustling right now. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I got plenty of people who aren't happy to see us pass place to place. Yeah, you guys all go ahead. This is that full sail. That's sail, S-A-L-E. Pretty clever, right? Full sail.
And then Jove is going to attempt to quaff the whole thing.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 17.
17. Pounds it. Done. He sets it down. You've got it, and then it is gone. You hand it to him. He hasn't even began to turn around to leave. You make your comment. He's like, "I like you." Turns, talks to Rornak, and then looks back, and you're handed an empty tankard right on over.
And then he's going to say, next round is on me for me and my friends. Appreciate your hospitality.
Oh, god damn! Look at you! Sure, we like this kid. All right. So he clicks up. All right, I'll be back in just a second. Let me get you refilled up, and we'll talk about this job I got for you all.
And he's going to look at Rornak and say, "See, I didn't throw up."
He also didn't hit you.
Well, night's not over yet.
Well, it'd be weird if he was gonna pay us to get hit by him again. I could have just done that on my own.
If I've learned anything about nobles is that they'll pay anybody to do just about anything. But this guy doesn't look like too much of a noble to me.
Is that supposed to reassure me?
You know what? Your mileage may vary.
Well, I'm sure we can handle it.
The rest of you guys, what do you do with your tankards? Do you drink them fast, or you sit and take the time to enjoy them?
I'm taking my time. I don't need to do nothing. I'm just here to do whatever I'm gonna do to get this coin. I led us to the last mission. Now it's somebody else's turn. I broke us into the business.
Well, I at least got you a drink out of this, didn't I?
Yeah.
Far from a waste of time. And Rory will try to do it fast. See how his body handles it.
All right, only the Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's an 18.
Yeah, this.
Fuck it, so will Jasper.
Give me that roll.
Constitution save. That's a 15.
Yeah, Rory first, and then Jasper without a word. 2 empty tankards on there, and while Rory, it's when you're just slamming it back, it's really easy. If you don't actually sit there and taste it, if you just down it all, it's not bad. Jasper, how do you personally feel about ale? It goes down, it's solid, nothing. With your history with alcohol, it's nothing special, but it's also not garbage either.
Yeah, not like a crazy refined taste, but just she prefers something stronger than probably what this is.
Yeah, it goes back, only a tick or two better than water. Now, is this a light beer?
Jove is gonna slap the table and say, "You! Oh, that's what I like to see, friends. That's some good spirit."
A few more minutes go by, and with the bar currently handled, crewmate comes back with another round for everybody, with only Freddy having 2 takards set in front of him. Well, damn, you guys can drink. You can go ahead and stay and order as many rounds as you want. Just, I hope maybe it'll make tonight a little easier for y'all.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, about tonight. What kind of job are we taking here exactly?
Well, to put it plainly, I got some vandalism going around the Ox Pit lately. Now, see, I've been alerted the City Watch, and they, the fucking City Watch, they investigated and couldn't find anything. I mean, first it started off with some graffiti scratched on the walls, the earth will swallow you up, or you leave now. Just stupid stuff at first, nothing to be concerned about. But then it led to a broken window or two, and now most recently, these little fuckers have been doing some housebreaking, coming in after everything's closed down, ripping up furniture, trying to tap kegs too early, mess with my products. Yeah. I got a couple hunches of who it might be, but done pretty well for myself, so could be any. I mean, could be the Wink Tavern, could be the Bloody Boar. I don't think it's the Wind Snug Heart. They're good people over there, but well, at least you over there, points over to you, Jasper. You know how the City Watch are, just fucking incompetent assholes.
Yeah, they're pretty worthless. They couldn't find a bear caught in a bear trap.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the point? What's the point of even having them around? I mean, I know it's just vandalism, so can't bother the soldiery. Mole Master rest. But if this keeps on
Graffiti.
going on, it's gonna really mess up with business. And I just released for sale. It's our newest brew. I'm trying to capitalize on it. I mean, it's been great being at Mistress Vajas and getting people up here, but I'm trying to transform this place, not just a shanty for dock workers and the middle class. Eventually, I want to try to get a little bit of some fine blade work up in here. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do. And I will say, that graffiti that you mentioned, doesn't sound like something that a angry or rival tavern would put up. Is there anyone that you know that doesn't like you that's maybe on the, should I say, preachy side?
Yeah, there are plenty of people who are jealous of my success, but on the preachy side, I mean, got no qualm with any of the Bay Knights. Plus, they would just come here with legal action, instead of just vandalism. Not their nature. I mean, shoot. There's so many people it could actually be. I mean, just the weirdest part is even though shit just keeps getting vandalized, they're not actually stealing anything. Haven't taken any money when they surely could have. It's just the weirdest goddamn thing. And so I was hoping that you all might stay after hours and try to catch whoever these vandals are. If I stay here, nothing happens, but I figure if I make a big show about leaving up and you guys just stay here after lights closed, maybe y'all could find something.
Well, it sounds like to me that these folks are trying to send you a message. What sort of message are you wanting us to send right back?
The kind of message where they keep don't fuck with my shit anymore. However you want to do that. I mean, they're trespassing on my property. I'm giving you the okay to meter out whatever licks you gotta give them. I mean, now you can hit them harder than I hit Rory over here just a few hours ago. I'd call you that, right?
It has a good catch to it. It's okay.
Awesome.
All right. Well, then we can use force and then protect our lives if they are threatened. Is that? I just want to make sure we're abundantly clear. I don't know if you all got insurance or anything like that around here.
Insurance and Mole Master. That's funny. You're clearly not from here, kid.
Well, what gave it away?
Probably the fact that you use please and thank you too much.
Well, I'll work on some of my rudeness with this delightful company. I think it won't take long to rub off on.
Good, you'll last longer that way. So, for services provided, businessman to a core, I'm willing to offer you guys gold up front to stay here and then gold upon completion. I'm thinking there's 4 of you, 10 gold pieces each up front, and then another 20 a person if you guys catch whoever it is.
Is there a difference in reward if they're dead or alive?
Doesn't matter to me as long as you can prove that they were the ones doing it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. You're the ones breaking my stuff, trying to ruin my livelihood. I mean, you might as well be making an attempt on my life if you're gonna ruin my tavern. So as far as I'm concerned, handle it the way any good set of mercenaries, adventurers, guardsmen, whatever the fuck it is you call yourselves. However, I'm paying you. We can drink until it all closes up. But don't you dip into any of those ales and barrels back there. I keep a sharp inventory on it, and I'll know.
Hands off the merchandise. Loud and clear.
All right, well then we got a deal here.
Yeah. Sounds straightforward and simple enough to me. Bad deal.
Well, all right, let's get you guys squared up. And he pulls back a really long drink on his tankard. Finish it, sets it down. Does one really long burp. heads to the bar, and comes back with 4 kind of small, rough, almost like burlap, like coin purses, and says, "Pum, pum, pum, pum." One in front of each of you, and inside has 10 gold pieces a person.
I will take mine.
Yeah.
Added to my full pouch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Crumit looks around Nostriel, says, "All right, anybody? You got me for one last personal service round, so you got one on your tab. You want another round before I get back to doing what I do best?"
Well, if you're serving it up, I'll take it.
I will do another one.
All right, so
Yeah, fuck it.
Hey, you Iron Gut. What about you?
Go for it. I'm feeling confident.
Another round is brought out to you all. Go ahead and everybody roll me that Constitution saving throw.
Of course.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, Joe, you're putting it away.
Oh, yeah.
Less confident. That's a 10.
Yeah, the first one went down pretty easy. This second, and then for you, I guess now this would be your third. You're starting to feel it. It's that kind of being drunk just makes everything. It's like being underwater without being underwater.
Hmm.
Everything just feels like it moves slower. Doesn't hurt as much, but also moves slower. It doesn't hurt as much. Jasper,
It's a 12.
12. Yeah, you're holding it down. You can feel that kind of buzz around. You even maybe catch yourself with a smile before remembering where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie,
8.
an 8. Yeah, but you've only had 2, and you're like, if I have another one, I'm gonna be hammered. It cuts right through you.
Yeah.
Uh, you feel the urge to pull out that loot. You can feel it. You know the good drink gets
Mhm.
into you.
All warm and fuzzy and ready to strum some strings.
Yeah, you've got your loot on you. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Yeah. I was thinking about turning to the guys and asking, but I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna whip it out and start playing.
Hell yeah, you are.
And I strung my loot. And I rolled 17.
Oh, starts just
17
belting it
performance.
out. And it's like wildfire starts to catch through the Oxford Tavern. What starts off as just kind of like almost like a Tenacious D kind of quality. Like Kickapoo starts to ring out basically, and more and more, and it builds, and drinks start coming out, and not even 10 minutes later, you've got half the tavern, pounding tankards and singing along. It's a fun time as the evening draws in. 1 hour fades into the next. Drinks are had. We'll say if you guys get there kind of early evening, close around 10. So you guys get the better part of 4 hours. How many drinks do you guys have during this?
I think Jove would have had, would have drank the 3 pretty quickly, and then just to show off his drinking prowess, he would have milked a 4th one during that last little bit. But he doesn't want to get too sloshy. He knows that he's gonna be working.
Yeah, with that natural 20 at the end, you're able to have your 4th one and feel pretty all there. Rory?
I think after with Rory feeling a little swimmy after that last one, he's gonna back off.
Yeah, Jove will put a hand on his shoulder and says, "Well, Rornak, I hate to tell you this, but I can only be friends with people who puke once in a day. So remember that." And kind of gives him like a little slap on the cheek, little playful, kind of clapping him on the side of the jaw.
I'm glad you still want to be my friend at the end of this, then.
Well, let's get to the end of the day first.
Yeah.
Can't bounce again.
Jasper.
Yeah. She's gonna stop there.
And Freddy.
Oh, I'm getting drunk on the attention now. I've already got all the booze that I need now. I've got everybody's attention. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, the real problem is people start begin to buy you drinks, and suddenly you see that there's one tankard in front of you, and then somebody has a second tankard, and by the time you're on like your third song, there's like basically a whole 6-pack just kind of lined up for you of people just buying you drinks.
Let's. I'm not good at this. I'm kind of good at this. I'm gonna do whatever skill check I need to do to like try and like start handing out the tankards around the bar, like carrying around like I'm drinking it, but then like drop it off at a random table and just pretend like I forgot about it.
Give me one deception check and one sleight of hand check.
Okay. Deception. God damn it. It's only a 12. Sleight of hand is a 13.
You get about half of them through there before anybody starts to notice, but one kind of larger, gruffer fisherman is like, I don't know who you think you are. You're gonna finish this drink with me. Kind of corners you on it.
Alright. I will finish the drink with him. And nobody else.
Roll me the Constitution check, saving throw.
Oh, there we go. There's a 20.
20. Yeah, you slam it back, and you get the, a big boisterous kind of belly laugh from this dock worker. Claps you on the back and sends you on your merry way, and you're able to get rid of the rest of the drinks, no problem.
I caught my second wind.
It's not too long after that point where Crew Meg and kind of the workers begin closing up tabs. Job, they come to collect that one round from you.
I will certainly pay up.
Yeah, cost you 4 silver.
And he's got 5 in his purse right now, so he's just going to give them all 5.
And tip the server. She appreciates it. As the kind of the last bits, that one kind of dock worker gives you another big kind of pat right in the back. Freddy, smiles at you, gurgles kind of something. Hey, you real blizzards, gang. I'm seeing you there. All right.
You too.
Oh, yeah. And begins to kind of sway from left foot to right foot out the doors.
He's a great guy.
Charming.
And before you know it, the Oxford Tavern is closed down. The windows that lead out, where the boards are placed in front, the shutters are put on, the lights begin to get taken down, the last parts are wiped off, and Crew Meg stops by and says, "All right, I'm gonna lock you guys in for the night. Good luck. Give him a hell of a walloping. Do whatever you got to do. I'm looking forward to giving you the rest of this gold here."
Oh, with any luck, it should be the easiest gold we ever made.
Looking forward to claiming it.
Here. And he goes to the front door, and you hear the sound of a. Unless the door is locked. Lights are extinguished. And the Oxford Tavern is empty and closed with you all there.
All right.
So,
Well, how do you folks feel about maybe putting some of these bar stools in front of the windows or anything that people might be going through? That way, we might hear a little jangling and moving of stuff if somebody tries to sneak in with light feet.
Ain't a bad idea.
And Jove will start picking up some bar stools and turning them upside down and just kind of putting them near windows and stuff like that. Any obvious entryways to cause a stir if somebody broke through, more so than just broken glass.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again. So for the
Yeah.
next 10 minutes, I'm doing that.
Gotcha. Rory and Jasper, what are you guys doing?
Mm, not really sure. Probably. I don't know. Rory, you go first.
I feel like Rory would probably would either sit on one of the tables or like on top of the bar and just kind of almost like meditation style, just like stay focused and just try to listen to see like if he can hear anything coming from outside or any sort of commotion or something of that sort. He's just very focused on it at the moment.
Rory, give me a perception check. Freddy, you finish casting Detect Magic and looking around. Nothing pings where you're going off. It seems pretty sterile in here. What's the range on that? Passive
Range
13?
is 30 feet.
30 feet? Yeah. You check. You see there's like a second floor with some seating, and you go up there, you're looking around. There's like a fireplace, but nothing seems to be pinging your Detect Magic. Rory, you're listening around, and you can hear Job moving stuff around. You can occasionally hear the scuttle of wagons or something being pulled outside, but it all seems quiet as kind of an hour goes by. The second hour goes by.
Is there any sort of cellar that could be kind of perused and checked out?
There is indeed a cellar.
I think after Jove would have finished, making his little barricades under the windows and by the doors and stuff, he would take a look at the cellar.
As Jove, you set this all up. You go down to the cellar. There's big casks of beer and ale and wine. It's a pretty sizable cellar down here. Incredibly cold.
Is it dirt or stone floor?
It is a stone floor underneath here.
Okay, can he start looking around at the casks and see if there's any scuff marks on the stone or anything that looks like it's getting moved around a lot and scratched?
Make a perception, investigation check.
That is a 22.
A 22. You're looking for scuff marks, and you're checking the casks, and you don't see any that may have been moved away. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. You can see scuff marks where some of these have been moved, but not in any strange way until you come to a northern wall, and it's not scuff marks that you find. You feel a rumbling on this kind of wall, and you put your hand into it, and it's like
It's got kind of like a pulse to it.
Yeah, as if something's shifting just on the other side of it.
And then Jove is going to just put 2 fingers in his mouth and let out like a big whistle. And so he'll whistle and say, "Freddy boy, Freddy boy."
That's me.
Well, boy, I need your help. Come on down here, please.
I'm coming. Here I am.
Oh, hey there, Freddy. You're pretty quick at all this. Now I was down here eyeing the floor and all of that, and I'd just like another brain to hear just reconcile what I'm seeing and feeling. Do you hear that up on this northern wall over here?
I listen.
You do, and it starts to get louder.
Okay, I do hear it. What is it? What'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. Well, I was just like I said, I was just down here trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and you're the one with the robe and the little cool insignia thing, and the ground's rumbling. I figured that's probably something magical, right? Hello.
Is my detect magic ping anything?
At first, no. You wait and you're listening, and then ping, 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 ping.
Move.
Both of you guys give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Advantage?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for advantage.
17.
Ooh, that's another nat 20, yo. Yes.
Yeah, Freddy, you hear this, you feel it ping, and you know something's coming, so you tell Job, and you just both, jump away from its, with a good kind of dodge roll, real Dark Souls-esque. Make it through as this wall begins to, it almost kind of explodes forward as bits of, wall and stone. You can hear the kind of clutter and rumble of some of these casts spill over. One cracks open. The smell of all these kind of ales and wines and beers spread out and begin to kind of spread, around your feet, covering kind of the bottom of your whatever shoes you happen to be wearing. And looking over.
Is there anywhere to hide?
Looking around. I mean, there's lots of casks and stuff, so you could definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna
make me a
real
stealth check.
quick before anything happens. Try and hide behind one.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Oh no. 5.
5. Splash, 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 splash. You get behind a cask. Job. Looking towards it as you see Freddy just go to a cask. You go and brace yourself for whatever kind of monstrosity or spellcaster must be coming through there, and you see kind of a hole made in this northern kind of wall of the cellar. And amid the clutter, the rubble, and the spilled alcohol stands a female gnome, wearing a dusty green leather armor and holding a yew staff wearing a green brooch in the image of a stag's head. You guys lock eyes, and she lowers her staff at you and says, "Well, you're not a fucking giant badger, are ya?"
Well, you ain't a fucking giant badger either, are you?
No, but I could be. Who are you?
I'm the person that's paid to protect this place. What are you doing here trespassing?
Me? I'm investigating unofficial Emerald Enclave business, so wherever that business happens to be is where I'm at.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll me insight.
5.
5? Yeah.
Wait, no, that's an 8.
Oh, it's an
9.
8?
That's
Oh, an 8.
Yeah.
Well, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Sounds about right to you. Sounds like something the Emerald Enclave would fucking do. Be tunneling beneath fucking taverns.
Coming up and destroying everything to investigate.
Yeah. That fucking chorus, you're just like, I knew it.
that fucking enclave.
Well, you just destroyed all this wonderful person's merchandise here. So whatever you're investigating, it must be pretty important, I hope.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna come in a fucking mole master just for shits and giggles. This place sucks.
Well, I think we might be in agreement there, but see, you put me in a bit of a pickle. Some of my associates, we took a job here, and that's to protect it. So unless you're supposing to figure out what our problem is, I'm gonna. Well, I think I've been told to give you a walloping, and he's gonna try and kind of fish eyes over to Freddy, and Jove is trying to speak really as loudly as he possibly can to try and telegraph any information he can upstairs, just in case Jasper and Rornak haven't made their way down yet.
Oh, Jasper,
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
guys
imagine
have heard this. For sure you
I
heard
would
these, Lloyd.
say I would start heading down once we heard the commotion.
Yeah, same.
As
Well-
you guys are heading down, Job, this gnome looks at you and says, Alright, listen here. One, you're not gonna be walloping me anytime soon. Secondly, I don't know what you think is going on, but there's some real fucked up natural magic-y shit going down in here. So how about you hold your knickers right there before you get them in a knot?
Well, then, if you seem to know everything about what's going on, well, help me unknot my knickers.
Alright, here's what I know. I came over from the east to here, Mole Master, on some Emerald Enclave business. Found out there's a big honeycomb of tunnels down underneath a good chunk of Mole Master. Something's got this big family of giant badgers all riled up, fucking up all sorts of stuff, causing problems with the local ecology. And so, since you understand, being of a certain size, send me into these tunnels. And so I was just about to get in there, and Jasper and Rory, as you walk down and see this gnomish woman, there's a huge. Well, shit. As the ground underneath her opens up, and 1 second she's there, and then you hear the sound of falling.
Hey, what the fuck's going on down here?
Jove, do you want to explain this, or?
Well, first let's make sure this last is all right. So he's going to kind of rush to the hole, which I'm guessing all of the fucking ale is like pouring into at this point.
Yeah, there's a good bit of it. You hear some kind of a long, and then kind of a deep rumbling, like an earthquake, and then silence.
Freddie, do you know anything about these Emerald Enclave folks? I've heard this and that about them, but answer me quickly. Do we save this woman right now or not?
The time that I spent in Fland, the Emerald Enclave generally have good intentions, even if they go about it in some weird ways. I guess. I mean, you should probably save anybody you can, and then if there's someone that you shouldn't have saved, then you get to kill them with your own hands.
Yeah, ask questions, kill them later. I like that. And he's just
ask
gonna
questions, kill them later.
So Jove is gonna start on. He's got his 50 foot of rope on his pack, and so he's gonna try and throw it down the hole. And he's gonna try and wave over Jasper and Rornak and say, "Y'all want to anchor me here?"
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Yeah, sure, I can help.
Yeah, you.
And I'm gonna do something that I haven't done this campaign yet. I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to Jove.
Yay!
Do it.
Is that a D4 now?
I believe at this level.
I think
Let
it's a
me
D6.
check. Is it really?
Yeah. I think
Bardic
that's it.
Inspiration. Yeah, 1d6. Hell yeah.
Nice.
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 Choice.
Yeah, Rory and Jasper, you grab the rope from Job. Job, you cinch it around. And you start heading down, and go ahead and make me an athletics check.
All right. I got a 12.
12.
Are we
Okay.
assisting with that, or?
You're keeping Job anchored, so it's not just
Okay.
a base
see.
jump into darkness.
I
But
see.
the actual walking down's got to be on Job. With the
Okay.
12, you get about 10, 15 feet before your feet slip. You pop. You hit kind of a small ledge, taking so that's 2 points of falling damage.
You said how many points?
2. Looking down, halflings. Do halflings have dark vision? I
No.
feel like the answer is
No,
no.
they don't.
The
They
answer is
don't.
no. Sheeny doesn't.
Yeah, looking down, looking up, you can see kind of, briefly, follow the rope back to the top. There's still probably a good like 10 feet of slack left, and then you kind of look over this lip that you've landed on, and it just goes into more dark.
Can I light a torch in one hand?
You can.
So I will light a torch.
So it expands it. You can see, it's a dark earthen tunnel, and then it goes for, a number of feet, at least another 20 feet more, before the light just continues until you can't see past that.
And just to make sure, so this is, I was going vertically down, and now I've reached the bottom of the well, and
You've reached a lip.
A
of it.
lip.
Yeah,
a lip
you
of
might
it.
have
So there
fallen
is
even farther.
Gotcha, but essentially across from me, there was horizontal tunnel space to go.
No, more vertical going down.
more
It goes
vertical,
deeper.
Okay. And
I'm
beyond,
gonna pick up is there any cobblestone from the crash that I can
There's
pick
all
up?
sorts of rubble and shit to
Okay,
pick up.
I'm gonna cast light on a piece of cobblestone and just drop it down.
Job, you see this lighted piece of rubble fall past you. Another about 40 feet before. Tack, 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 tack. And you can see down there probably another 40 feet. You can see the kind of rubble with the light down there. Casting kind of its shadows. So you're guessing probably another 40 feet down from where you're at.
and on this little lip, is it big enough for a normal sized, a medium sized person to stand on?
One at a time, but yeah. You wouldn't be able to fit 2 people on there, but yeah, you could fit one person at a time, not just because you're halfling stature.
Gotcha. So Jove is going to yell back up to all the folks that are up at top and say, looks like there's about 40, 50 more feet down here. I got another set of rope, so this ledge that I found, we can stand on one by one. If we're really going after whatever's taking that lady, we probably should get a move on it. I can stay here and get that first person down, and we can get the rest of us trained down to the bottom of this thing. And so he's just screaming as best as he can, but I'm sure that the hole does him some favors as far as amplification.
Yeah, they're looking there. There's only one place for it to go, so you guys can all hear Job.
I think that makes it you first, Freddy.
Okay. I'm gonna look down. You ready, bud?
Yeah, bring something. Bring a large piece of wood that we can kind of tie this next piece of rope off and satchel into the rock face over here if you can.
Okay. So I go over to one of the broken barrels that's been leaking everywhere, and I'm just gonna like snap off another piece of wood.
Easy enough.
Okay, and I head over and I start rappelling down the rope.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
7.
7. Ha! You get like 2 down in there and like, ooh, upper body strength is not for me. Jasper and Rory, you guys are. It's not any problem for you guys. You're just holding this so that they can keep going. But you feel the tug of somebody slip and fall. You take 3 points of falling damage. Whoa! But you are now on the second lip. Wooden.
All right. I made it here, and it didn't hurt.
And Job will kind of look him in the eye and just nod and say, "Yeah, it didn't hurt. Thanks for that." And he's going to start fastening the rope to the piece of wood that was brought down and trying to like nestle it into the rock so they can complete the rappelling journey.
Yeah, the tunnel itself isn't like made out of stone, so it takes a little bit, but you can kind of carve, like slot it in there.
Yeah, I have
Push
a
it in.
belaying pin and a knife, so I could kind of chisel if I needed to.
Yeah, you do some chiseling and you set up a solid anchor there, with a second rope that goes down. You can, how long does light last?
I believe it's 2 hours. Oh no, 1 hour. It was
1
20
hour.
feet. 1
Yeah,
hour.
you could see it. So between torch right over there, light at the bottom. There's a significant bit of light in here to get down to the bottom.
And then since there's only one person that can be on each, I guess, we can, 2 people can be on that ledge since I'm small. I'm going to start rappelling down to get to the bottom so there's space for the next person.
All right, absolutely. Make me that athletics check.
Okay, so this time it's another 11, but I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration on this one.
Use the bardic inspiration.
So that puts me at a 15.
15? Yeah, this time you slowly get your weight down and you land at kind of the bottom.
And I do the same.
All right, let's see it.
Yeah. Hey, 10.
Hey, 10. Coming straight for you, Jove.
Oh Jesus. He's pretty light, but I don't. Yeah, he's gonna. If there's only rocks below him, he'll try and kind of get under them and at least break his fall.
All right, Jove. You give me a strength saving throw. Freddy, give me a dex saving throw.
I got a 6.
I got a 16.
A 16? Yeah, Jove. You break Freddy's fall. You both take 1 point of damage.
Teamwork.
Freddy, get yourself off, and boy, yep. Joe's like a big fleshy beanbag chair. You just land straight on. Really broke that fall. That would have hurt.
You notice that I managed to at least keep my dinner and lunch.
I heard
I get
that.
Hey, that was a joke at your expense.
You want me to dive down right now?
I dare you.
A little smarter than that, though.
By the way, you're next. Go ahead.
All right. Wish me luck. As he begins heading down the rope.
All right, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
That is a 17.
You make it to the lip just fine, with poise and control, just like going up and down the monastery. No problems at all.
Mm-hmm.
Make your way 40 feet down. Then there's the second rope. You can see the light coming from Jove and Freddy down below.
All right,
Give me
so
that
we'll
second
go
check.
go for it again. Not as good that time. That one was a 10.
10. Uh, Job and Freddy, you see, in almost the same exact fashion that Freddy did, the rapidly approaching body of Rornick coming down this tunnel.
All right, Jove's gonna try and catch him again.
Oh my
I will.
god.
I will not.
Give me a strength saving throw, and Rory, give me a dex saving throw.
Like 6'3". Okay, dex save you said, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's a 25.
Hey.
I got a
Fuck.
23.
Whoa!
There you go.
You actually gain health.
Rory, you kind of you begin to see yourself fall, so you kind of turn around and put your heels to the side of the wall, kind of slowing. You can hear the bits of like dirt and rubble starting to kick down. Job, you take a squat stance and right in your arms. As like Rory almost like front straddles you, and as you both land there, and no damage to either one of you.
Well, it looks like we're still friends.
Wait until the end of the day, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And last is Jasper.
So for the anchor, Jasper's thinking she's gonna pull out one of her hand axes and see if she can't like lodge it either in or like against like something like in the basement somewhere, and then just tie the
there's
rope to that.
tons of casks of alcohol and such. I mean,
Okay.
tons of places to lodge that in there.
Yeah, she'll lodge it in nice and deep somewhere where it's not gonna just spring a leak, and then tie the rope and attempt to scale down like the others.
Athletics check, please.
Gladly. First one's a 15.
Yep. Boom, you're at the lip.
Next one is a 13.
There's you get halfway and there's just a moment, foot slips and but your dust falls down. Jove, you prepare yourself to catch another person when
Mhm.
Jasper, you find your feet and plant them in. You are able to get to the rest of the way. You jump off a little higher, feeling a little shaky towards that end, and there's a large as Jasper hits the bottom of the tunnel.
Well, at least somebody has the the manners not to fall directly on my face. Appreciate that, Jasper.
Anytime. Let's get moving.
Looking around, you can see that there's a tunnel that proceeds. It's horizontal here at the bottom, for about 100 feet before it comes to a split heading left and right.
Jove is going to kind of look at the ground and kind of the wall and like the cave wall and see if there's any scratch, any signs of struggle that would indicate somebody being carried down or taken away through a tunnel.
Give me investigation, Job.
And I've got my light pebble with us. Because I don't know if any of us have dark vision.
I don't think so. I got a 19.
A 19? Jove, you see actually a number of different, tracks. You see fresh tracks in kind of the loose dirt of these tunnels, of tiny rodents, and then larger tracks belonging to a heavily clawed mammal of some sorts, and then even larger, almost insectoid-like tracks that are all moving in the same direction. And then through there, you see a set of bird tracks that then turn into small humanoid tracks.
Yeah, and
go for it.
I was going to say that Jove relays that information. So I'm guessing that whatever tunnel that had those tracks, we kind of followed that down. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there was only one tunnel, and now you're kind of at like a fork. There's a tunnel that heads to the right and one that heads to the left, and you're looking through, and you see heading towards your left. These tracks continue on with the. I mean, you're noticing, especially in this kind of like soft earth that's down here, tons of tracks. But you pick it out. You're like mammals, insectoid, bird, which is weird. Small, small humanoid footprints. They're all heading to the left. I mean, for you see him as a ranger, clear as day.
Well, folks, looks like we've got a lot of commotion over here to the left. We're seeing tracks of all sorts, but what's interesting me most is it looks like our fellow little friend took it to the left. Maybe she's one of them. I don't know. What are the druids? Those nature folks, because I see some bird tracks down here too. But anyways, I'm Gavin. We should go down this leftward way.
Agreed.
Sounds good.
What's your guys'
Jove.
marching order?
Good question.
Jove would probably want to be at the front or near the front at the very least, because he's small.
My bright light only extends 20 feet, so I should probably be in one of the two spots if we're doing single file.
Yeah,
And I'll say for now that I. Sorry, I talked over you, Dom. How wide a tunnel?
It's about 10 feet wide. So you can stand side by side, or you can go single file. It's up to you, but no more than like 2 people. I guess you could really sandwich Job in between 2 people if you wanted to. But there's enough room to go 2 by 2s, or you can go single file. It's up to you guys.
Well,
2 by 2 have Freddy and Jove in front.
Okay.
For me.
All right.
I'd say that Jove kept the torch this whole time, so he's got a shield out and then the torch in the right hand, as well with the light. So we got 2 light sources.
Yeah, it's bright light in here. Out quite a bit, so everybody can see just fine. You can see that these tunnels are definitely not man-made.
Gross.
Right. Okay. So, as you guys begin traversing down this tunnel, everybody give me a perception check. Not a disadvantage or anything, because you guys have bright light.
It's a 10.
10.
That's a 14.
14.
Passive 11.
11.
13.
13. All right, Joe, since you're leading the way, give me an investigation check. As you guys are going through the tunnel, gets smaller at some points, going down to as short as only 7 feet tall, down to like 6 feet. Job, you've got plenty of room, but some of our taller characters you have to crouch down, duck your head a little bit in some places.
Yeah, I got another fucking nat 20 for 24.
Oh man.
God damn,
I know.
Ranger. As you guys go through after it's a little hard to track time in here, but after a significant amount of time passes, you are about to go through a part of a tunnel when you see the floor is different. It's looser and shiftier, and with that nat 20, you can tell that if you walk through the center of this part of the tunnel, Jove, like the center of it is likely to collapse inwards. The outsides of it seem to be more stable. But you see that right as you and Freddy are about to walk right on top of it.
Yeah, so Jove will put out a hand and kind of hit Freddy in the belly to kind of stop him and say, do you see that right there in the middle? It looks like there's some shifting of sands going around. So let's make sure that we stick to the outside. So I would hate for us, to fall through like our gnome friend did up top.
All right. I'll do my best.
Joe, with your natural 20, being a ranger and pointing it out, everybody sticks to the sides, and you're able to pass through this kind of long, it's about 10 feet long of this kind of softer, weaker looking section of the tunnel, but sticking to the sides, the party you guys are able to move past without any issue, and the tunnel stands.
And then can he turn around and like try and just like take a rock off of the ground and just like start making some marks on the wall, just as kind of like a visual reminder as we get back towards this way? Or is that something that so he'll do that and just say, remember everybody, if you see any of these markings, that means that stick to the walls, just in case we have to get out of here in a rush.
Smart. As you continue through the tunnel, with Joe making a mark at kind of the loose area of tunnel, the tunnel you've been following suddenly looks different. The walls have changed from this kind of rough surface of almost creature-made looking tunnels into a smoother wall of tunnels that contains support beams and shows signs of mining. As you get your bearings in this new section of tunnels, there's a scratching sound directly above you. With seconds later, there's a rain of dirt, earth, and other rubble as you see, with your light, dark obsidian teeth breaks through the top, and claws of what appears to be a very large badger begins to break through the roof. Go ahead and roll me initiative, guys.
Hey,
Yay!
Hey, we found a large badger.
we sure did, y'all.
19. Damn, Rory.
Hey, we fast out here today.
Bio break. Okay, and we'll roll initiative. Everybody, go ahead. We'll take a quick bio break. We'll jump back into it. 19. I'm going to assume, Rornak, that your dexterity is better than Freddy's.
I would assume, unless he's also rocking an 18.
Freddy, are you rocking an 18 in
It's
dex?
not even possible for me to have an 18.
Okay, well, we'll be back. Let's make it. We'll make it kind of quick, but we'll be right back. We'll continue on to it. Bio
Cool.
break. Go. The DM has returned.
Welcome back, TM.
Thank you. Appreciated. Also, thank you, the Loophole King, for wishing us a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Loophole King.
Yes. A1 Bear, Droop Dog, Euler's Object, Extra More, Feet. Hey, what's up, Feet? Welcome back.
Is it Euler's object or Euler's object?
EULERS,
Euler.
Euler's Object. Thanks. I was mispronouncing that clearly. Extra More, Feet.
Someone's not a math major.
No, I am not. Full admitted, I'm a communication major. I now have the degree to show it. It's in my files now, tucked away so it could stay nice forever. Jean R. Nestu, Jeanrnestu, Genre Nestu, Jean R. Nestu. Joint effort. Let's do this music. Looking for gamers. Sad girl, saddest kitty, and Violet's TV. Thank you for watching our D&D adventures. I hope you're enjoying. Also, the few of you who are bot accounts, I don't even care. I enjoy seeing the name click on there. It's fun for me. Okie dokie. R to Choki. I see Jove. I know Freddy's here. Rory. Rornackery. Nope, that answers that. Way to go, Ranger, using your Ranger things.
Yay! Way to go, DM, for letting me use my ranger things.
Just because we're taking this campaign in the middle of a huge, metropolitan-esque area doesn't mean that there won't be room for Rangers. What's the point? If you got a Ranger, use it.
Yes!
Oh, hold up.
Weed and boys.
Weed and boys. Boots and boys. Boots and boys. I'm an adult virgin. Is that believable? Is that a believable thing for me to say?
No.
No.
Don't tell my mom. Wait.
Wait a second.
Wait. Okay. Ooh. I know what.
Hey, Doms.
Yes.
So, for that Sebastian guy that I met, what was his last name again? I know he was
Stowe.
important. but-
Stoe. Sebastian Stowe.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. His dad would be referred to as Zor Stowe. Because they don't typically use Lord or Ladies, they use Zor and Zora. But only if you are actually a part of the nobility. Like Mistress Astrid Vaj, she is not referred to as Zora Vaj because she is not a noble.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
Right? Okay. So let's see. It is Jasper. Big dick in it. Jasper. Right. Pretty. In here. Jove. Batch. I need gopher chucks. It's a Kung Pao reference. Alright, Ryan, are you back? We're down to Ryan. Oh,
Down
no.
one Ryan.
One Ryan down. Kaya, are you here?
Yep.
Alright, excellent. It's just Ryan. I can't think of any fun songs that reference Orion, and then, there's not a lot of people singing about Ryan.
No. All I got is Saving Private Ryan, and that's not really a song.
That hit song, Saving Private Ryan.
Ugh.
I could see it.
The popular original soundtrack for Saving Private Ryan.
Right. In another world. Mariah Carey's Saving Private Ryan.
Hate that.
I was trying to think of the thing you would hate most.
That is correct. I do hate all that. Have you guys heard me munching on my cocktail peanuts during this?
No, I haven't heard any munching.
Excellent. Wondrous.
Wondrous.
Excellent.
Speaking of wondrous, I still need to watch season 9 of Letterkenny. That's on the docket. Now, I thought I was
Is it-
going to do it this weekend, but
Is it live?
I'm pretty sure season 9 released on Hulu.
Oh shit! I know. I saw the teaser for it a while back, but I didn't know if it was right and raring to go yet.
And that's what the articles that keep popping up on my phone of things you might be interested in keep saying.
Shit. Well, then I will absolutely need to watch that.
Heck yeah. Ryan, come back.
I am here.
Oh, okay.
Huzzah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I just got back. Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Okay, so as we return from the ceilings, you see the claws and these strange obsidian teeth of this badger break through. At the top is actually Jasper. Would you believe?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I'm gonna. It's coming out of the ceiling. Is it within melee range, or am I gonna have to wait for it?
I would say it's within melee range.
Okay.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah,
especially because you're using a long sword. I mean, you can just poke up towards it.
Right. I'm gonna use my bonus action to pull my shield out. And then yeah, swing at it with the long sword.
Oh, swinging out with the long.
I fail. It's a 7.
Yeah, you get up through and it you plunge your sword into earth, to dirty earth.
That's my turn.
All right, then it is Rory.
Rory is going to grab the staff off of him, and we are going to take ourselves a big thwack at the badger above us.
Do it. You won't. Statistically speaking.
Prove him wrong, Dice. Come on. Prove him wrong. That's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, no, a 17 will do.
Yay! Good job, Dice. Okay, so that is going to be 7 blunt damage. And then is it close enough that I could actually strike it with an unarmed for the bonus action too?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't an incredibly large tunnel by any means.
Then
So
we're
I give
gonna
it to you.
Cool. Then we are gonna go for a punch here. And that will hit for a not nat 20. And that's an extra 1 bludgeoning. Give it a little gut.
The staff, strikes right in the teeth of this thing. You can hear the sound of breaking obsidian as you strike it right in the mouth, and for good measure, you throw up a quick shuriken and get it right in the nose.
Nice. That's all for
Uh,
me.
Then it is Freddy. Freddy, you may be muted.
I was. I
Uh-huh.
said I used my action to do vicious mockery, so it's a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Huh. Yeah. I was expecting this wisdom save to be lower, but it's an 8 plus 1 for 9.
Aha! So it takes. Nice. 4 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the end of its next turn. And I will use my bonus action to strum my chords again and just kind of sing a nice melody and give Jasper a bardic inspiration.
Nice.
Thank
What do
you.
you what do you say to this badger for your vicious mockery?
That's a good question. I say, badger us no longer. We don't want to fight. Badger us no longer. Don't put out my light.
That's
Yeah,
good, actually.
that's a pretty
Yeah,
good
right?
limerick right there. I think that's a limerick. Yeah, I like it.
I'm more concerned about not being able to see it, so it's not as mocking as it could be, but the magic's there.
The magic is indeed there. So that badger is going to finally get all the way through and drops down. Rory, you are the one that hit it the most, so it's going to make an attack against you with disadvantage.
Right?
No, that's a 3 with its bite, and then it's going to make a claw attack. Oh, okay, that's a 15.
Do not hit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've been seeing it come from a mile away, so it drops, and you're able to jump back, and neither claw nor bite gets to you.
Beyond
All
me.
right.
Ooh.
Then it is Jove.
Yes. Jove is going to drop his torch. He is going to take out his spear. He already had his shield in his left hand, so
Mhm.
with his one-handed spear, he is going to make attack on the badger. And that is a 5.
A 5? Yeah, 5 is not going to do.
Actually, a 6, but that doesn't help.
6? Yeah, 6 not going to do either.
And then I will kind of try and, because I'm close to Freddy, I'm gonna, and we're not like in a conga line. I'm gonna try and use my small body to get up in front of Freddy and try and put myself between Freddy and this thing.
You can and you do.
That's my turn.
All right, we go. What's everybody's passive perception?
9.
9,
11.
11,
12.
12,
13.
9, 11, 9, 11, 12. I want that to be 10, 11, 12,
Oh,
13.
no,
Yeah, dang it. I was like,
Damn it,
oh, look
Kaya.
at that. Dang it.
Sorry, it's my dubstep.
Yeah, so the 13 on the passive perception, you can hear more shifting coming from the ceiling as we go back to the top of initiative with Jasper.
I didn't hear any shifting, so I'm gonna attack. Fuck! God damn it! 8.
Yeah, you go for a big overhand strike, and you just right into the dirt and pull it free and get a shoulder full of dirt. Go home, brush your shoulders off.
That's my turn, I suppose.
All right, then Rory.
All right. Rory, with his perception check, will shout out to everyone, "I hear more above us," as he goes for another strike with the staff on the one there. 16 to hit.
16 will do.
Cool. That's gonna be 8 bludgeoning. Go for the bonus. Another unnat 20.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cocked roll. Try that again. And that's another 4 bludgeoning.
How do you
With
want to do
another.
this?
Oh, good. He almost like lines. He almost like lines it up with the staff, and comes from the left, and gets a good smack on it. And like with that momentum, it's almost like kind of like it's almost like he kind of like does like a Dempsey roll motion and like goes with it, takes the right hand off the staff, and comes back around with just a good hook.
And you hear just a single snap as the whole body goes limp.
Nice. With that then, if I could hear exact kind of where they were, I might try to. I can't move ahead because there's people in front, but I might back up a little bit. If I can tell that it's like directly above me, where the noise I heard was, just
It
to give
is
myself.
directly above you.
Yeah, I'll move like about like, we'll say about like 5-10 feet back.
Okay, yeah, you move back and start prepping, letting your companions know the incoming danger, which move on to Freddy.
Did that badger attack anybody?
That badger made an attack against Rory with disadvantage because of your vicious mockery,
Right.
and was not
Okay.
able to hit. So wasn't able to hit
I
anybody
just
before.
wanted to make sure that they weren't like passive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hold my action just to prepare a vicious mockery for anything that tries to attack a friend, and I'm just gonna shout down the corridor. I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, little one, we found your badges. They're in the ceilings." Just
Yeah,
hoping
so
that maybe
it's in the
she's
ceilings.
down
It's in
here
the
somewhere.
ceilings. It's in the ceilings. So it kind of echoes down the tunnel. Roll me a perception check as you finish saying that.
Yeah. 13.
13. Looking down that way, you see from kind of a ceiling in like a similar tunnel from the one that's like right above you. You see a small arm, since you've got that light about 20 feet down from you, from kind of another tunnel looking ceiling area. An arm hangs down, as you can see part of it, kind of the ceiling rumble and shift.
But it's a humanoid arm.
It is indeed a humanoid arm.
I'm just going to use the remainder of whatever free action I have left to point people's attention to the
You
arm.
do.
And that will be my turn for now. Actually, I can probably start moving down there. So
Oh yeah, you've
I'll
got your
start
full
moving down
movement.
that way. Yeah, I'll move down that way.
Yeah, between Joe's torch that's still on him and your light that you still have with you, you're able to move and you're directly under this arm. And now that you're closer, you can see it's you were expecting for a second to be like a little gnomish, arm, but it is a full
Mhm.
size. It's a man arm. It's hurry.
Okay. Um. Then can I like go back and not prepare my action for a vicious mockery or
Yeah, what would you like to do instead?
pull the arm?
Yeah, go ahead and give me
Just
a
give it a good yank.
yeah, give me an athletics check.
Yeah. 15.
Oh yeah, you hop up on there. You use your weight and you pull the the remnants of what looks to be what was a human, but now has been badly mangled with claw marks and teeth marks, chunks missing, um, wearing assemblages of mining gear, and his hand kind of rigor mortis around. You can see in said hand there seems to be like a crumpled note in it. And we'll say that's what you get for your turn for now.
Okay.
So it clatters in front of you. All right. From that badger's dead. So it is. It's actually Joe's turn.
Cool, yeah. Jove will close the distance between himself and Freddy. He's going to go ahead and leave the torch on the ground and let that kind of keep emitting light where it is. And then once he gets to where Freddy is, we're kind of going down that piece. We're getting. You had mentioned earlier that the stonework is different here, right? The further we go down, the more of the same essentially that we're getting of this kind of stonework.
Yeah, it's moved from being just kind of look like a clawed tunnel, for like more like an animal tunnel, to now you're starting to see like support beams and like infrastructure of like a mining tunnel that you've moved
Gotcha.
from that into this.
Cool. Well then, like I said, I'll take my movement, get up to Freddy, and then is the ceiling still rumbling?
Roll me a perception check.
That is a 20, a natural
A
20.
20? Indeed, it is. You now unmistakably can hear that more. Yeah, it definitely sounds like more creatures are coming from the ceiling.
Then Jove will let out a whistle and say, "Y'all better get down here quick!" And he's gonna, in his same kind of protective posture, standing in front of Freddy, he's gonna have his spear to the ceiling, and he's gonna hold an action to make an attack if any unfriendlies come down on them.
Gotcha. Perfect. For as you hold your spear out, not one, not two, but three creatures emerge from the ceiling. One directly over, following the one that's already fallen out. One directly above you, Jove, and one in the area in between, kind of where Rory and Jasper are in one area, and then in between that is now another one of these badgers, and then here you are, Freddy and Jove with a badger coming out of it. So there's three in kind of this line. Go ahead and make your attack, Jove.
Sure thing. That is going to be a 16.
16 does hit.
And then I'll use one of my uses of favorite enemy to add the d4. So I will do 5 piercing damage.
Yeah, it basically falls right on top of your spear. You inflict a deep wound into it.
A mortal wound, or just very
deep. It's
Gotcha.
Now it's very angry, and you can see, especially since you guys all like notice that both the claws and the teeth of these creatures are obsidian and not bone or whatever the claw equivalent for badgers is.
Noted. And that will be Joe's turn. Well, I guess that was already Joe's turn. So
Yes. So we've got some attacks coming. Jove, you're taking claws, and Freddy, you're taking a bite. The bite against Freddy, that's a 10. I'm going to assume Freddy
That misses.
Misses. All right, Jove, you're getting a claw. That's also a 10.
that also misses.
Yeah, double sevens. Then the 2 attacks going after Jasper, 2 attacks going after Rory for one of these badgers. Claw against Jasper, 13.
Scrapes across the shield.
All right, bite. That's a 6. All right, Rory, you getting 1 bite. That's a 5. And 1 claw. That's a 9. Fuck, badgers.
Badger boys, man.
Yeah, they are. They're medium-sized. They've got they're almost all entirely like shades of dark brown with either wisps of black or white kind of running through their fur, and their eyes are uh, completely kind of blacked over. You don't see any like difference between sclera or pupil or iris or anything that's just completely blackened. So back to the top with Jasper.
Okay. I'm gonna finish the one that Jove impaled.
Okay,
Or
you
at
would have
least I'm
to.
gonna attempt to.
Yeah, you would be leaving one of the badgers attack. Like you
Oh,
take
okay.
an attack of opportunity to do so.
I assume that's the one. Which one is that one that I'd be
That is
leaving?
one of the ones that just came from the ceiling that took a bite and a claw attack against you.
Oh, right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Um, we'll fight that one then. With 12.
A 12 will hit.
Excellent. That's 8 slashing.
8 slashing, got it.
And that'll be my turn.
Then it is Rory.
All right. I will attack the badger that just came after me. The staff. Does a 12 hit or no?
A 12 does hit.
Cool. And I'll go ahead and just roll the bonus attack with it too. That will hit for 15. For altogether, that's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage total.
Yeah, you hit this thing once with a staff and another with an unarmed strike, and you can hear bones cracking underneath you. Bits of obsidian teeth chipping and shattering. Uh, it is heavily wounded after that barrage.
Rough.
Then it is Freddy.
That's me.
That is you.
So we haven't gotten this hand open, right? He just came over and kind of started protecting me.
Yes, so Jove came and followed you as you pulled this corpse from the ceiling. And you pulled the corpse, and 1 second the corpse came down. Joe was like, "Oh, that's nice. Look up." And then a badger came following afterwards, and Joe caught it with the spear as it was falling down.
Does this corpse have an e-girl girlfriend?
No, but they would most likely ruin their life.
So how is our health looking? Because I know that we took some damage on the way down.
Jove is looking hardy, if that's what you're
Okay.
asking.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if anyone's hurt.
Jasper, it seems unharmed so far.
Okay. Rory.
I have not taken a hit so far, so I'm good.
Okay, so I'm probably the worst off at 60%. Okay. So in that case, I will use my action to look at the note.
Absolutely, you pull the note from the hand. You see it's a note and a scroll. Looking at both of them while Job is engaged with this badger, it says, "Continue your efforts to drive out the owner of the ox pit. If the vandals don't suffice, use the creatures if necessary. The building's location make it imperative to our plans," with no signature. And the scroll you recognize is a scroll of Speak with Animals.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to my ranger friend who is standing next to me. And just go, "Hey, it's Speak with Animals. The badgers have been ordered to do something, so maybe we could convince them not to, but you need to be able to talk to them."
Yeah, I don't know if I can use my reaction to say something back real quick.
Yeah, you could say something back.
And he's going to kind of turn back and raise an eyebrow at Freddy and say, I don't know where you got the impression that I know anything about magic, but I'm a little busy here.
Okay.
Because I don't know if
Uh,
technically, because I don't have spellcasting yet, so I don't think I would be able to read.
Oh, do Rangers not get it till second?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you're kind of assuming you've seen Rangers before, Freddy, and so you are just like in this moment surprised that Joe doesn't actually know any spellcasting.
Okay. I have a bonus action. That's probably not what I need to use the scroll, so I'll wait till next turn.
Okie dokie. Yes, so go ahead and add a scroll of Speak with Animals and Miner's Note to your inventory.
Okay.
Alrighty. Joe, speaking of you, it's you.
Excellent. I'm going to make another one-handed spear attack against the wounded Badger.
Yes, do it.
That is a 14.
14 will hit.
Okay, and we got, 5 piercing.
Yeah, another deep stab. Not enough to slay the creature, but you have two just halfling spear-sized holes in this creature as it locks eyes on you.
Yeah, nobody really moved closer, right? During this round, we're all kind of at our. Did anybody move?
Nope.
Yeah, I guess Jove is gonna whistle again and say, once you're done being busy, let's group up and move. Yeah, and he'll stare down this badger, and that'll be his turn.
All right, Jove, you're taking 2 attacks. All right, the bite is a 21, and the claws is an 8.
The first one hits.
All right, this badger comes in the onyx teeth, dig into your shoulder as you take. Ooh, that's max damage. You take 7 points of piercing damage. So, and bites deep into you. You can feel it pierce through your armor, deep, and it's almost its teeth connect in your body.
Yeah, Jove lets out involuntarily lets out a little bit of a squeal.
Something like that.
Okay.
Then Jasper, you're taking 2 attacks. 1 bite. That's a critical. And then the other. That's double nat 20s on Jasper.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is classic.
The second
Did you almost
session.
die over things? Yes, that's a second.
Okay. 6. All right, so that's 8 plus.
Happy birthday, me.
Okay, so that is 8. 18. That's 19 points of piercing and slashing damage.
Oh yeah, she's down.
As this badger just leaps and takes Jasper to the ground, and with claws ripping through the chest in a large bite, there's a shudder from Jasper's body. She's currently unconscious. Ooh, how close was that to double your HP?
5 off.
Ooh. All right. Noted. And then Rory, you're taking 2 attacks. One is a 15. The other is a 22.
The 22 will hit.
All right. You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Woo! Ouch.
All right. Then we go back to the top. Jasper, make me a death saving throw.
I would love to. That's a fail.
One failure. All right. Rory, your move.
Okay, so I'm still finding that one that first attacked me, right? Like that's
Uh-huh.
still on me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've done some significant damage to it, and returned with a claw across your abdomen.
Gotcha. I will strike that again then, or try to with the staff. Not nat 20.
Non-nat, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that first.
Okay. That's 8. Or no, sorry. That's 9 blunt damage.
All right, how do you want to do this?
Beautiful. He is gonna bring the stick up, and he's gonna almost put the end of the stick smashing into the skull, and he's gonna use that to kind of pole vault himself a little bit towards over towards Jasper and the badger that is on top of her, and will attempt to kick it with an unarmed strike on the bonus action.
Go ahead. As you pole vault using this badger skull as your landing mark.
All right, and that is a 19 to hit.
A 19
So
will hit.
So I do kick it for 2 blunt damage.
2 blunt damage. All right.
Kick it right in the nose.
And you kick it off as it's about to drive even deeper into Jasper, and it turns to you, blood from its mouth, eyes completely black, obsidian teeth and fangs tinged with crimson. Then it is Freddy.
That's me.
That's you.
I am going to use my bonus action to cast. Where is it? There it is. Healing Word. 60-foot range. Jasper gets healed for 7 health.
7
Thank
health.
you.
Absolutely. What does your healing word look like as you bring Jasper back to consciousness?
I mean, it's the same green, kind of just gaseous, waves flying through the air. And I just say, "Not again! Wake on up!" And I just do a strum of the green wave in her
As you say
direction.
wake, it kind of. Then you feel that, Jasper, you feel that coming in. It's got almost a spearminty taste to it as you come back to consciousness. Just in time to see Rory just soccer kick this badger in the face off of you.
Okay. And then can I use my action to use the scroll, or is that technically casting a spell?
You know, using the scroll is not casting a spell. At least that's how I interpret it. If you're going to use a bonus action for healing word, you can use Speak with Animals.
Okay. Then I will use Speak with Animals with the scroll. Which I should have kept my book open to that page to make sure I knew what I could do. RS. Speak with animals. Gain the ability to comprehend, verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge of awareness, but if you're limited in intelligence, may help you scan the information and location. You might be able to. So I'm just gonna, in my strongest voice, just shout, "Cease!" and see what that does to the badgers.
Roll me animal handling.
Hiya. 5.
5. The not the one over by Rory and Jasper, but the one that Job is fighting turns its head and looks at you confused for a moment. As you pull its
And
attention.
yeah, and then just with whatever I can with the last knife reaction, I just try and get across the line. I say, "I need you and your brethren to stop fighting us for a moment and talk to us."
Gotcha. As you say those words, it is Jove's turn.
Am I like when Freddy is speaking those words? Is that in Do I
It's in
understand?
Badger.
So it's in Badger.
It's in Badger.
Okay, well, so I am going to be like, oh, he distracted the Badger for me, and he is going to take a spear attack at the Badger in front of him.
Great thinking, Freddy. Stab.
Man, I think I'm finally getting used to this Mulmaster place.
Yeah, right.
Of course, just like a true Mulmaster to speak Badger. Of course, Mulmaster writes in their secret Badger language.
I rolled a 14.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 7 piercing.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Yeah. If it kind of like perked up almost like meerkat style, was kind of looking over at Freddy, Jove is going to really plant himself low and he's throwing a fast pitch. He's going like over the top, and he's going to try and jab his spear right into the sternum of this creature. And once that blade meets the flesh, he's really going to kind of wrestle that thing to the ground and be turning that spear tip inside of it to really be fishing around and making sure it's not getting back up again.
You see this Badger and this Halfling do 3 tumbles away from you, Freddy, before Joe pops up on his feet. And as you're like, stop this Badger, you lock eyes into this just kind of inky black pits where its eye sockets are, and Joe pops up and looks back at you with a smile and a nod as he pulls a spear from this Badger's carcass.
He's going to look at Freddy and say, so there, fella, what'd you tell him? And then get up closer to Freddy and regain a defensive posture.
And then, like, as he's positioning himself, I'm just gonna go, I told him to stop for a second.
Well, that seemed to work.
This is my favorite use of speak with animals.
Oh, yeah.
The other Badger is gonna attack you, Rory, twice. As you kicked it in its dome. First one, that is a 13. Rory, does a 13 hit? I don't think it does.
I don't think it would, because mine's a 13.
Yeah. Ryan, you might be muted.
Ryan, it's entirely possible that you're There he is.
Oh, I heard a hello. There you are.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can't hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. I missed the immediate thing that happened after that poor Badger ate it.
You got a bite coming at you at a 13.
Oh, that does not hit. No.
All right, then you're gonna get some claws. That's a 7. So.
Yep.
No. All right. Back to the top with Jasper.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and use her second wind, cause that hurt. And I knew I was gonna roll low on it anyway, which I did.
Was it a 1?
No, it was a 2. Thank you very much.
Better than last time.
Then I'm gonna go fight the one that downed me.
Oh yeah. You have your movement speed and stand up, but it's right there. So.
Yeah. Hey, that's for 21.
Yeah, 21 will do.
I'll do, I think. That's nice. 8 slashing.
How do you want to do this?
Mhm.
Oh my god. She's gonna get to her feet much faster than someone with chainmail and a shield and a longsword normally, you would imagine, normally would be able to do. And she, like, bolts at this thing full speed and, like, kind of puts her, puts it on her shield again, essentially, and just drives it straight through this thing's face and like spine and just everything. Kind of skewers him. If that makes sense.
Oh, it does. As you remove your blade and the body shudders. As we break from initiative, Freddy, as Jove returns back to you from freshly killing this badger, the badger does turn to you, and as kind of the regular light returns to this badger's eyes, they no longer are pools of black, but you see the kind of the sclera on the iris, normal badger colors, with its kind of dying breath that says to you, "The cults of the Black Earth called, and we answered." As a badger does.
Tongue out and everything.
Cults of the Black Earth. Called and we answered.
100% correct.
And that was a quote by Little Timmy.
Uh,
Dead
Badger.
Little Timmy.
You're right,
The
the,
big
Dead
badger.
Badger. Thank you.
Badger.
Dead Badger.
Formerly known
Little
as-
Timmy, the Big Badger, now formerly known as the Big Badger, now known as the Dead Badger.
He's the player formerly known as Mouse Cop.
And as this fighting comes to an end, everybody give me a perception check.
Yes.
Oh! My
Yeah.
my nat 20 came up before the 1.
What?
There you go.
Wow.
Can't believe it.
That's a 15 for me.
A 15.
21.
That's a 2.
21, a 2,
12.
12. Job, you're more fixated on how the hell do these people speak Badger, and Jasper, you've got the ringing in your ears that only a fresh kill can bring. However, Freddy and Rory, you hear the sounds of screams begin to kind of echo from further down the tunnel.
Do you guys think we have time to take a breather and get ourselves together, or should we really just go for it?
If we want to help somebody that's down there, I don't know that we got time to rest. Do what you
Well,
can
then
right now, but yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Cool. I've got a map for you guys. The
Oh,
first one of the
shit.
campaign.
Oh shit!
The name of this section will be on the map. Let's see for this. There we are.
And Doms, as we were leaving, was there any way that I could really crudely try and just like take one of the nails off of the badger? And
Roll me a
As-
survival check.
that is a what is that? That's a 6.
A 6. You try to like yank it off, and since your spear is more for poking, with the little time that you have, you're not able to get it dislodged.
Fair enough.
What is your guys' marching order as you head into this next area of the tunnel?
Jove is near the front, if not at the very front.
Do you want to go Joe, Freddy, Jasper, Rory, just like last time?
Sure.
Seems to be solid.
All right, you guys make haste down this tunnel. In this large chamber, as you guys kind of round the corner and look in, you see a large insect, like an impossibly huge praying mantis. It's wrapping its mandibles around the gnome you saw earlier in the ox pit cellar. She screams and struggles as the creature chomps down, acid begins leaking from the edges of its terrible maw. Roll me initiative again, guys.
Yay.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. It's goddamn, Monk.
I rolled the nat 20.
So we've got 4. All right. That's all right.
So wait, what do we see in here?
It opens up into a large chamber. So if we look at the map, it is that kind of bottom half. I mean, it kind of looks like a big ball sack. I'm not gonna lie.
Real
so
thin peen, though.
Yeah, real thin peen, real big balls. As you guys are rounding that corner coming into here, it's a 15-foot high ceiling. You guys have, your glowing rock and everything to provide light. And you see this large praying mantis-like creature currently munching on that gnome you
Okay.
guys saw earlier. It's probably...
Would I be able to try and speak to it before initiative, or am I gonna have to wait till my turn?
What would you like to say?
I'm just gonna. Excuse me, Mantis. Can we talk real quick? Or I guess I should do it in my voice. Excuse me, Mantis. Can we talk real quick about all this?
It continues to bite on the gnome. I'll let you, as Mikey, know, but not as Freddy. This creature is technically a monstrosity,
Okay.
so it does not understand. But
Gotcha.
you definitely attempt to.
Yeah.
So we got Rory, Jove, Jasper,
And everybody hears me try and speak my best Mantis.
and it's haunting. It is haunting. You're not
Yeah,
sure
right.
exactly how Freddy is making those noises, but it's bad.
It's a little thing called magic.
Magic.
I'm a time wizard.
I'm Joey Wheeler.
Hey, you, can we talk this out or something?
Uh,
We
so,
gotta save that gnome, Yug.
Dude.
wow. One thing you guys do notice as you enter in is that there is not quite a glitter, a glimmer of gold around one of the legs of this creature. A bright flash of gold that lights up as you turn the corner and light up this room with your light stone. But at the top is Rory.
All right, we're gonna rush on in and strike this monstrosity.
Yeah.
All right, does a 15 hit?
Does a 15 hit? It does.
Ooh, cool. And we'll go ahead and roll for the bonus attack as well. That will hit with a not nat 20. Roll damage. It's gonna be 10 bludgeoning altogether.
10 bludgeoning. Nice. Yeah, you strike once, then twice. And it's so much like, as you hit this creature, it's so solid. Unlike the
I was gonna say,
badgers,
how does that
which-
feel? Like, yeah, like even like reverberating on the staff, you know?
Yeah, because it's weird because the outside, it almost looks like, you feel like it might almost be hollow since it has more of like an exoskeleton, anything else. But like you hit it and it's all solid on the inside, horrifically so.
Oof.
Yeah, the badgers broke underneath your strikes, but this thing does not break.
That sounds like a rough exoskeleton. Don't like it.
Yes. All right, that's Rory. Then it is Jove.
Yeah, as Jove turns the corner and sees this, literal monstrosity in front of him, there's kind of that twinge of pain in that shoulder that took that bite from the badger. So he's actually going to kind of throw up the spear a little bit, and he's going to catch it forehand again. And from a distance, he is going to throw his spear.
All right, let's see it.
And then I guess like if we're going around like okay. Well, first things first, he throws the spear.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna do. That is a 12.
A 12 does not do. Soars too high.
Gotcha.
You can see it briefly scrape against kind of the top part of this thing's whatever you call a insect-like creature's head. I forget if there's a technical term for it. If any of us are into that.
Mandibles?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, let me call Emmy.
Yeah, Emmy, help me out here. What do you call?
I'm pretty
bugs
sure. I'm pretty sure
noggin?
it's still just a head. I think it's like different parts of the head that you would call different. But I think it's
Yeah.
just
It
a head.
scrapes over the top ridge of this, but doesn't like pierce it as it continues to sail on by.
Then Jove will he will take a javelin out of his pack, and I see that there's kind of like a rock. There's kind of like an outcropping of 3 rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the rightmost one is where I kind of want to see if I can get to and get a little bit of cover.
Yeah. Since they're solid-sized rocks and you count as small, you currently have total cover from this creature.
Beautiful. And that's Jove.
All right. Then it's Jasper.
Well, she's gonna run in and try to probably try to like attack it. Yeah, just know she's gonna attack it.
Let's see it. Let's see it, you nerds.
Fuck. 7.
7. Your blade hits, but does not break through the exoskeleton of this creature.
Okay. It's my turn.
All right, Freddy.
I think I'm gonna stay up on the little ridge there. I'm also gonna hide behind a rock, but not before I do a vicious mockery at it.
A vicious mackery. That's natural 20, so it succeeds.
Okay. I'm gonna say, creepy insect with your bug eyes, get out. You give me a big surprise, and it is not phased. And I hide behind the rock, and then I use my bonus action. And I just kind of like shout. I don't even want to come up with music right now. I'm just saying, the fuck 'em up, and I strum, and like an electric pink wave flows out towards Rory.
Fuck him up. Ding 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 ding.
So you have my bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now that the Zonkick has 2 people in front, it tosses the gnome to the side. And you can see some solid puncture wounds and a bit of acid kind of drip as she kind of cries out in pain. Let's see if it gets the thing. Damn it. Nope. Alright, it is going to make a bite attack against you, Rory.
Go for it.
Alright. That is a 14.
Does not hit.
Alright, you are able to dodge the bite. Alright, that's its turn. Back to the top
Yep.
with Rory.
For the 2 of you who I think still have my bardic inspiration, it goes on ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Got it. Okie dokie. Rory.
I'm gonna try and hit it again. So hits with the not nat 20 on the main strike, and a 25 on the bonus unarmed.
Both will hit.
It's gonna be a total of. Oh man. Rory dice like being here right now, guys. That's gonna be 13 bludgeoning damage altogether.
Now you strike it twice in the same area. You can start seeing cracking begins as this awful kind of way too thin liquid begins to like fall through. You can actually feel some of it on your unarmed strike, and there's no heat to it either. It's actually kind of cold.
Gross. And we stay put.
Yeah, it's got that same color as the bug alien from Men in Black. That kind of yellowish, brownish.
That's just
green.
the amount of 90s for me to totally understand.
Right? I know my audience. Speaking of audience, Jove.
Yes. Jove is going to roll out from one of the rocks, and he's going to chuck a javelin for a 17.
A 17 will hit.
I think you've killed Dom with that one.
Did I merge it on?
No, 17 does hit. My bad.
Okay. No, and then I will go ahead and use my second use of favorite enemy for the day, and to add the D4. Okay. That is for 8 piercing damage.
Yeah, this time you it hits directly into the thorax of the creature.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. and
That's the
stick-
butt.
Yeah, that. And does not move. It is sticking straight out, but it does pierce the creature.
And which way did our gnome friend get tossed? Is it closer to that entrance or on the other side?
The creature tossed it to the left, and so that would be to the north.
To the north? Okay. Then I am going to use my free action to take out another javelin, and then I'm going to move from that that first rock to that northernmost rock, and take up and hide behind that rock. How far away do you think I am from them from that second rock?
You're probably about 10 feet away from this gnome.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and park there and kind of look at her. Is she heaving at this point? Does she have signs of vitals?
She's definitely breathing, but she's not getting up.
Gotcha. All right, good enough. So
You can
he'll
hear,
park it.
awful little wheezing noises and cries of pain, but no hopping back up like you've seen Jasper do.
Gotcha. Okay. Well then, yeah, he'll kind of have his eyes beaded on her, and that'll be Jove's turn.
Okie dokie. Jasper.
We're just gonna it's gonna make another attack, I think. Is a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Oh shoot, hold on. I'm bad at math. Is a 14 hit?
14 still hits.
Okay. Here we go. 5 slashing damage.
5 slashing, yeah. This time the blade takes a bite out of this creature.
Dope. And that's my turn.
Alright, then. Freddy.
Dice me. So what I'm gonna do is a pretty ballsy move. I'm gonna bonus action to do a healing word on the gnome woman.
Oh, okay. What do you heal her for?
I heal her for 6.
6? Yeah. That same kind of healing green smoke goes from fingertips to loots, from the loots to her body, and the breathing becomes normal. The kind of jittery yelps of pain begin to cease, and you can see the skin clearing over from the acid wounds, and some of the wounds starting to heal up.
Okay, now in return, you have to help us fight back, and I'm gonna vicious mockery and say more about how it has buggy eyes.
All right. So wisdom set. All right, that is a 16.
That succeeds.
Okay.
Wise ass bug.
and then I'm gonna duck back down behind the rock.
This would hurt my feelings if I understood common.
All
Sign can't stop me because I don't know how to read. All right.
Did you know that joke is used in Adam Sandler's Eight Crazy Nights?
Glorious.
Joke's on you! I can't read.
Plus one for making an Adam Sandler's Eight Crazy Nights reference.
Me and my mom watched it yesterday or the day before.
Classic.
Glorious.
It's good. I like it.
All right, let's see. Can I roll this 6 right now? Oh, it's only a 5. Fuck. All right. Rory, you're gonna try to make this bite attack on you. Come on. Okay, that's an 18.
18 will hit.
All right, as it brings its mandibles down.
I'm likely down here.
Yes, that is going to do 6 points of slashing damage and 3 points of acid damage.
Ooh, yep, we are down.
You're currently grappled in its mandibles as it goes to the side and bites straight into the chest of Rory, pulls it back up almost in a canine-like maneuver. And then it wraps these big kind of praying mantis-like claws and holds it in tight. And you can see the mandibles sinking deeper and deeper into Rory. Acid falling off, creating almost like waterfall, like streams of acid falling off of Rory's torso, going through whatever clothes you're wearing. Okay. Speaking of Rory, give me a death saving throw.
Well, yeah. Also, am I allowed to use Bardic Inspiration on death saves or no?
Cool. That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
I think you do need to be conscious for that one. But in this campaign, we do add your constitution to death saving throws. I know
Okay.
I've said that before, but I'll restate it. I know that's technically not the rules, but I think it's silly that you don't add your con save to not dying.
Fair enough. Okay. And it's a good thing that I added that because we passed with 11.
11, that's one success.
It's a good
Alright.
rule. I like that rule.
Yeah, I like that roll too. Then it is Jove.
Yeah, Jove's gonna do another, roll out from the rocks and chuck a javelin. That is going to be for 16.
16 will do.
And that is going to be for 9 piercing damage.
All right, Jove, how do you want to do this?
Oh boy. Okay, so we've got Rory in the mandibles getting fucking chomped, and Jove really doesn't like that. If it's kind of exposed itself and is kind of maybe making some snacks, kind of some chewing motions, he's really going to try and, Jove knows that if you hit everything in the face, it typically hates it. So he is going to maybe he tosses his shield down because his shoulder's been bit on a little bit here, and he really does that Olympic style javelin toss with a little bit of the kind of the crow's jump,
like the Leonidas from 300, except this time you don't miss.
And does the little jump and just tries to beam that sucker right between the antennae, and of course missing Rory.
Yeah, and it goes in one side of this creature's noggin and out the other side. Before its head drops forward, Rory hits the ground, and there is just a deluge of yellow, green, and brown insectoid fluid mixed in with this acid, as almost like a small tide pushes Rory's body forward in this slide forward as this creature falls.
Gross.
We are out of initiative. As this creature dies, the gnome woman gets up, looks around, goes over to you, Rory, and she will spend a cure wounds on you.
Thank
See,
you.
that's why I healed her. I figured she was a druid of some kind.
Exactly. It came
You-
back around, you know? That was smart thinking.
Yep. So that's a D8. So that's 8. You heal for 8.
Beautiful. I'm almost at full health after that.
As she heals you, and Rory, everything went to this kind of searing, just really acrid smell, and you come back and you feel small gnomish hands, and you feel parts of your chest kind of stitched together, and she pulls back, and there's like these long sticky fluid strands, like a really cheesy pizza coming apart, except it's liquids and made out of insect innards. As she pulls her hands back.
Well, that looked awful, but mercy is a mercy. Thank you.
I think you and I understand each other about what it feels like to be in that thing's mouth.
Something I wish we couldn't bond over, but we don't control those things, do we?
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
No, that's a phrasing.
Okay.
I don't understand. Is that a human thing I'm missing?
It's
here?
a Mole Master joke thing where like when someone says something that could be taken as like a sexual innuendo or a double entendre, then you go, oh, phrasing, and then like, oh, it was a double entendre.
Times.
I don't understand. Why would I have sex right now? I was almost dead.
No, it's not that you would have sex. It's that like she said the thing about being in its mouth, like like a blowjob, huh?
See, this is why I can't stand Mole Master. This is why I stick to the barren plains outside of it.
It's because you have no sense of humor.
You're damn right. There's no sense of humor in the things I do.
Hey, we found your badges. I tried to help them, but they died.
No, I mean they're not my badges. Do you know what was wrong with them?
They said, wait, how do I know I can trust you?
Well,
I mean,
we just
what? Do you think I set this up? That I made a whole elaborate, what do you call it, a ruse? To send you
I
into
mean,
a tunnel to follow and fight my badges, only for me to end up in the jaws of this creature on the brink of death? I mean, that seems a little elaborate, even for me.
to gain our trust and stab us in the back later. I mean, you seem to be pretty cocky about how smart you are, so who fucking knows?
Well, look at how being smart ended up here. So,
Okay.
go ahead and roll insight.
Yeah. One!
1?
Yeah, I got a 2 minus 1.
Yeah. Damn, she just always knows the right things to say to put you at ease.
Mm-hmm. They said, and I quote, "The cult of the Black Earth called, and we answered." And that was my boy, Little Timmy.
Cult of the Black
He's-
Earth.
He's dead now.
I don't know what that. Huh. Never heard of that. I'm gonna have to talk to the Enclave about that. Cult of Black Earth. Does that ring a bell to any of yous?
Well, only thing I know about cults is that they usually bring, trouble with them. Always trying to do something, overthrow something, change something.
Can I roll something for that?
You can roll religion.
19.
19. It doesn't sound familiar. You know for a fact that that's not worshipped in Mole Master.
Okay.
Yeah, even with you're trying to think on it. It's definitely not connected to Talos or Umberlee, and you go through just your kind of list, and you're like, that's a threat outside of Mole Master. That's not in house.
Yeah, she says as much.
Huh. Well, shit. I guess I've got some splaining to do. I guess I should thank you all for getting me out of the mouth. I'm Yavindel. Remember the Emerald Enclave? Not a snack for this fucking Ankeg over here.
I'm sorry, it's a what now?
An Ankeg. They're like big fucking underground insects. Eat everything. Real nasty. Got acid running through their fucking mandibles.
All right.
Well, look, Yavin, we met briefly up in the our place of employment for the evening before we, came down here and I feel like did you a kindness and rescued you. Now, I think, and this is just my halfling intuition telling me a little something here, that you got nothing to do with any of this as far as our employer is concerned. Though our employer might be a little concerned about all of his product being smashed everywhere. Now, I know you're part of the Emerald Enclave. Is there any way that you might want to, I don't know, vouch for us, let us know that it wasn't us fucking up, but something there? Is there any way we can get some sort of, I don't know, promissory note or anything like that? Let our employer know what happened was, well, not entirely our fault.
Yeah, I suppose that I could do that for you. I mean, yeah. So tell them exactly what it is. I don't really care about what your employer has to say about it, but if it helps you out, I mean, it's the least I can do.
We're just trying to make at least I'm trying to make myself a little bit of a name here in town, and I just want to be known that, Jove does the job right, and, make sure all his I's are dotted, T's are crossed, P's and Q's and all that bullshit.
So you only care about coin, or do you have larger goals? You're kind of tall for a halfling.
And for the first time, you see Jove blush, and his face gets red. That kind of really brings out the red in his beard, and he says, "Well, I was marked as the tallest in Featherdale at one point, but I appreciate you noticing. But I'd like my greatness to go beyond just winning a height contest in a short room, as it were. So money is the lifeblood of this town from my short stay in it. So more worried about getting the coin flowing and the good deeds and whatever, all that will come after.
Well, if you ever feel like coin isn't enough to fulfill your needs, I recognize talent when I see it. Always looking for more people to join the Emerald Enclave if you were so inclined. I could put in a good word for you in more than one place.
Well, I've certainly learned the value of words around here. So, well, Yavin, if I do want to take you up on that offer, how should I exchange that with you?
If you ever feel like you want to get moving on that, come join our ranks. Start off as a spring warden. There's a shrine to the Beast Lord Malar on kind of the outside of Mulmaster. It's a piece of shit rundown shack, but it's good for hunters. It's typically a good place to find one of us. You'll see. Look for a tree that bears fruit even in the winter.
Should be easy to find.
Hey, can I ask a favor of you all?
Shoot, friend.
Can I take this gold off this Ankeg right here? And she points to it, and you see this kind of band of gold around it with some sort of inscriptions and carvings on the outside of it that's been kind of banded around this Ankeg's leg.
You could take some of it.
I think it's kind of like an all or nothing sort of thing. You know what? I know your fucking type. You're Mulmaster through and through. I bet you want fucking gold for it, huh? Is that it?
Well, I mean, next time I could just not save you from being eaten by a giant insect, a giant muckbuck.
Ankh Heg. Say it with me. We
Well,
can say it together. Ankh Heg.
Keg.
Yeah, fucking close enough.
Does Jove recognize any of the? Is it like script that's written on this little gold band?
It is. It is a script. But what languages do you speak, Jove?
I speak Common, Halfling, Elvish, and Dwarvish.
It is none of those languages.
Gotcha.
Common, Elvish, Infernal.
Also, none of those languages.
Anybody
Listen.
else speak any weird languages?
I speak Gith.
Looking at it, you definitely not Gith. Look at the fucking trash handwriting on this thing. Put the Gith language to shame if it was written like this.
Mm. If it is something I know, it's pretty poor. Doesn't ring any bells for me.
Well, if we're gonna, gosh, well, fella, if we're gonna let you walk away with it, do you mind just letting us know what it is?
Well, that's the thing is, I don't know what it is. I want to take it back with me to the Enclave. I mean, you guys could have it, but I know you'll just fucking pawn it off for gold. So how about you let me cut out the middleman? I'll just buy it off of you. I know what you guys fucking speak.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Great. You with the master with the big fucking sword, can you cut this thing's leg off so I can get this goddamn band?
Yeah, I can do that.
Righteous, thanks. And Jasper, you go over just with one big remove the leg off of this thing, like a crab leg at a seafood buffet, except much grosser.
So what are we thinking? 40 gold for the band?
40 gold? Yeah. Yeah, I could do 40 gold. Sure, deal, done.
Sweet.
And she pulls out a thing and counts out 40 gold, hands it on over, takes the band, which is, I mean, huge in her little gnomish hands. I mean, she could wear it. It'd be too big for even like a crown. She could wear it closer to like a belt. All right, well, let's get the fuck out of these tunnels. I'm about done with this.
I think we all did you come through the tunnels?
Yeah, no, there's instead of like actual mining tunnels, I went in through these mining tunnels out. Was following these badges when just so happened to end up
In
well,
our place.
if I remember correctly, it's your employer's place, but yeah, same thing. So I'm
True.
told. But yeah, it's like you head about this way. Yeah, I'd say it's like a 2 mile journey, but I mean everybody can still walk, right?
So if you're taking the band, can we write down some of the symbols on it?
I mean, yeah, if you really want.
Cool. Anybody
Well-
here good at writing?
No,
Thought that would be you, book boy.
Yeah, you're the one wearing the robe.
Hey, I'm a music boy. I'm not a book. I have a book, but that's
Uh huh.
that's for identifying magic and magical items.
This ain't a book, officer. I swear.
This ain't it ain't that kind of book. It's not like other books.
I'm not like
Tell it.
Yeah, I'll make a note in my ritual book that's supposed to be specifically for ritual spells. I'll make a little note in there about the script that we find. So I will.
You write it on the cover, like on the back of it, so it doesn't use any of the paper inside.
Okay, so I'm going to write down in other.
And Dom, while Freddy's doing that, can Joe just go around and collect his spear and javelins,
Totally.
and then can he try and take a mandible off of this thing?
And
And
survival.
yes, and this time he does have just like a little knife that he has, so he's going to try and use that instead of the spear.
Okie dokie.
That is a crit fail, Captain.
You take your little knife to get the mandible, and it goes straight into acid. And when you pull back, you can see parts of it are starting. It, like, eats away at the teeth of it. It's ruined your knife.
Fuck. And he just kind of kicks the thing and then walks
There's a
off.
big. As you pull your foot out from, now that its exoskeleton has been broken, you just pull out, and you're just from basically your toes to your about mid shin, especially because your halfling size is just this awful mucusing, and as it like touches kind of the stone of this, it makes that like little suction,
Mhm.
like a hairless cat's butthole on tile.
Precisely.
Oh.
That's a word picture right there. Yeah, Jove will shoulder up what he can, and yeah, he's ready to trap back.
Yep. I think
Alright.
I'm ready.
You all head. Yavendell leads you through more of these kind of mine tunnels. It's like she said, about a 2 mile journey when you guys eventually exit into what appears to be like an abandoned mine shaft. Think of like the just bajillions of mines you've seen out spread through Arizona, like a old town Bisbee sort of deal. But you can tell by looking at the equipment here that this has been closed down for years at this point, fallen into some bits of disrepair. You find yourselves outside the city walls of Molemaster, looking around. I mean, around Molemaster, it's just barren plains. On this side, you go across the River Liss and you can see bits of like the Cormanther Forest, and Jove. You know that over on that side, heading down south, you'll eventually hit the Dalelands. My Molemaster people, Rory, you know what's to the very east of Molemaster. You'll eventually hit the Earthspur Mountains. Jasper and Freddy, if you head south, it goes from barren plains to swamp and marshlands into the flooded forest, which nothing but bad things happen there. Nonetheless, black dragons, that's a known quantity, typically are in the flooded forest. But it's just barren, desolate, cold, and a long walk back to Molemaster. It takes some time, and you part ways with Yavendell, who, hangs back just long enough to tell you, Jove, hey, really think on joining the Emerald Enclave, especially, if you're the outdoorsy types. Molemaster's not good for people like you.
And Joe doesn't say anything, but he kind of gets that long eye contact with her and gives her a shake of the head, implying that he is gonna think it over.
She nods, without another word. Begins to head to the west, heading towards the River Liss, and then what you will assume to eventually go over into the to the Cormanther as you guys make your way back into Molemaster. By the time you finally get back in and get to the Ox Pit, the early morning is there, and you can see that Crewmeg is already there, and you see some of the different serving individuals are carrying out what looks to be broken bits of casks and rubble in these kind of like buckets. There's like a wheelbarrow out front. Sees you and, well, I'll be damned. I thought you all must have fallen down in that hole and died.
Almost, but we didn't.
If it makes you feel better, we kind of jumped down the hole.
It's true. We did jump.
You did pay us to deal with your problem, after all.
Yeah, what'd you guys end up finding? What's going on? Why do I have a big fucking hole in my cellar?
Badgers. Lots of badgers.
Biggins.
Among which was Lil Timmy.
And
Okay.
also an Ankeg.
Well, okay, yeah, an Onkeg was down there, and that might have been a big part of the problem. But badgers.
So you're telling me that badgers are breaking my windows and graffitiing my walls? I mean, I get where the hole came from, but what about all the other shit? Can't.
Okay, so
Badgers don't
I
even
also
have fucking thumbs.
I also got a note that said that the badgers are actually the last course of action for some reason, and that they were sent if the vandals or the whatever they sent in the first place didn't play out correctly. Apparently, these badges that they sent were kind of like the last thing that they were gonna.
Wait, you
But
said
if all else fails.
you got a note? You got a proof of this?
Oh yeah, I do actually. I take out the miner's note. I said I probably could have just shown you, huh?
Reading's not my strong suit. What does it say?
It says what I just said. It says, "Hey, if the vandals don't do the job and all else fails, use the badges." And I guess they did.
Someone wants you gone.
Well, I
Oh
think
yeah, and
someone's a
it
real.
mentions your facility specifically, so it wasn't a random target for sure.
Well, god damn, I must be doing something right then.
It also says that your thing being there is getting in the way of them doing their. Did it say ritual or?
The note says, continue your efforts to drive out the owner of the ox pit. If the vandals don't suffice, use the creatures if necessary. The building's location make it imperative to our plans.
There you go. They say that this specific location is important to their operation.
Well, whoever they are, I guess they weren't expecting you all to be there. This is money well spent. Here, I'll have that note and I'll give you the rest of your payment. I'll take this over to the soldiery and get it all squared away.
Sure. Do you know anything about the cults of the Black Earth?
Cult of Black Earth.
Take
Is
that
that
as a no. Don't think too hard. I know reading's not your strong suit, so I can't imagine thinking about cults is much better.
No, not really what you'd call a cult. I mean, I give respect to the Church of Bane, of course. Bowmaster, with the High Blade being a high interceptor of the church and everything. I give them their respects, but definitely not a cult of the Black Earth. That sounds, man, that'd be Black Earth Brew. That'd be a great name for the next one. You know what? You just gave me a great idea. Thanks, bud.
Well, I feel like if you do that, they might not. They might be less happy with you than they already are. So it might not be a great idea to act on that at any point
Hey,
ever.
now that you've got proof, now I can get the soldiery involved and none of that bumfuck else fucking city
They seem
watch.
they seem to have done a lot of good for you so far.
Yeah, I mean it makes for a great story. I'm not going anywhere, but you know what? You don't need to worry. You did exactly what I asked you. So hold on, give me a second. Runs in and comes back out and pays up the rest of the gold. I believe there's 10 up front.
And then 20 each
20
after.
each on, so everybody, yeah, for a grand total of 30 a person.
And then plus the 10 each for the
So
from the
for Yavendell,
emeralds.
so yeah, so that's everybody should have 40 more gold than when we started.
I see.
Krumeg takes the note from you, and begins to go notify the soldiery. And I think for now, that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Yay.
Yay! We survived level 1, everybody. Congrats.
Only 2 of us went down.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh, we're
It
not
all
out of
takes-
level 1 yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
right.
not
There's
out of the
still
woods yet.
level 1 left.
Yeah,
Oh,
we still got more.
there's at least one more episode of level 1, if not 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true.
So speaking of experience, let's divvy it out. So this, I was pretty sure we are going to go here, but the name of this mini adventure was called Envy Like Crushing Earth. Right. Really cool names for these. So for rescuing Yavendale, defeating 4 giant badgers, and defeating an Ankheg, you all individually gain 100 experience points.
Yay.
Okay, I did speak too soon.
I
Sorry.
believe you got at least 300 experience points is the level 1 to level 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 300.
I have it
Then,
that we're 75 away for the level up.
Mhm.
yeah. Then
70,
everybody
73.
So yeah, because you got the plus
Yeah,
ones.
2 plus 1s.
Everyone has the 40 gold pieces from their
Mhm.
payment from Crewmeg, and also for selling that gold band to.
Oh, once we
Yamato.
get by ourselves, I'm gonna point out that I'm kind of glad that I took down her note, and that's part of the reason I took down the note. Is if she was so willing to spend 40 gold on something, and she knew that Mole Masters would have wanted to haggle, like that, that's what I thought was a high ball, and she thought that that was a low ball because she didn't even try to haggle. So it's probably super important, whatever it is.
Maybe.
I concur.
Big brain. Everybody add 5 downtime days. And of course, now if you are interested in the Emerald Enclave, you now know how to approach. And that, my friends, I believe that's gonna do it.
GG.
Yay, that was a lot of fun.
All right, let us say goodbye to chat. Good night, chat. Thank you for
Goodbye,
watching.
chat.
Hi,
Chat.
chat.
It was a pleasure, specifically A1 Bear Drop Dog Electrical on board, Euler Object, Extra More, Feet Go With Him, Ice Wizards, Gene Ernesto, Joint Effort, Let's Do This Music, Looking for Gamers, Sad Girl, Saddest Kitty, Violet TV, and I believe I saw you earlier, Maddie, Jabbers the Dog. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again next Sunday at 5:30 for episode 3 of our Elemental Evils second campaign, the Mole Master campaign. All right, bye-bye.